All right.
Yes.
Make sure that everyone's okay.
Let's
I mean,
do
that's
that.
yeah.
That's a great idea.
I'll hit.
Seeing people die in hardcore, it's always a fun time. I've had a couple of run-ins. It's scary, but you know, people watching love it when it's not you. So, God, all the Bean. I know I saw him hit 60 like a week ago. Esven, you said you hope Beans wins. No shot.
I think it'd be so fun to have Bean.
No shot.
I think. Well, here's the thing: hunters are gonna do well. You know, who knows? It's just how the brackets play out. I think it'd be.
Bean's a phenomenal player, but you know, I just don't see him having the gear that he needs. There's no way he had enough prep time. I refuse to watch his stream. I don't want to give him the viewer, but I checked in at one point, and yeah, like I said, he just wasn't even 60 yet. My man was 59. It was a couple days ago. Like, what are you doing, man? So we got a lot of people are going to be like that in this tournament.
I can't believe I got to give a shot at Snuts too, bro. He was AFK IRL in Vegas for like a vacation or something for 10 days. Of the 30, he was gone. So he prepared only for 20 days of the 30. And I was watching a stream last night, and it still looks like he got 60 and got every single piece of gear he wanted to get in 20 days. That's like, that's next level, man.
Well, and that's another thing. Like it based on like how the drops go, there's a bunch of different things. You could, based on how much you play, you could end up being ready for this thing well before 30 days is up. You know, and then there's other people who, like you said, like maybe you're out of town. There's a lot of events and stuff going on this month. Maybe you just get unlucky with drops and you're not ready to go. You know, and that's part of the game. That's classic.
Yep.
Yeah, that Banthok sash, I always farm it on BRD on 60 mages. It takes usually like 50, 60, 70 arena runs just for one belt. Like you could go 2 to 3 days just farming one item, and then, man, don't get me started on like Scholomans for mages, because
you could spend 10 minutes farming it.
Yeah, you could do a first run and be like, oh, nice, next piece. Yeah, if you get lucky. But like, yeah, Scholomans, like I remember farming in the 2019 tournament. It's just like I wanted the legs because they had a lot of stamina, and the chest because it has a lot of stamina. It's like, okay, I'm on my 40th Scholomance run, and each run takes 2 hours. So.
Well, if we're gonna talk about farming, let's talk about 2 of the big items that every class wants: AGM and Title Charm. Those are 2 big key items, insane PvP trinkets, and they're so hard to get. Title Charm, it drops off a rare spawn. Was it a 30% drop chance? The rare spawn spawns every, what, 16 hours?
I think it's something crazy. It's like I don't remember, because I've never actually gotten one. I've tried to camp it, and it's just...
Bro, I got my first one like 3, 4 days, 5 days ago. Well, so I logged into Classic Era. I'm still on Faralina. Everyone else transferred to Whitemane. So I logged into Classic Era like a week ago, and the server was empty. And the first thing my chat was like, dude, go get Title Charm. So I flew out there, and lo and behold, it was there, and it dropped, and I got it for the first time ever.
Okay, I was wrong. It is a 30 to 48 hour. It's random. It's not a set time. It's like, even if you know when it died, you still have like a 12-hour window. You're like, it's anytime. So you have to sit there and wait. And other people are also waiting. And it's so hard to get. And it's such a good trinket. It is an on-use, single target, 3-second stun that is ranged. Can you imagine? Like, being able to just stun someone from afar for 3 seconds is insane. And then we've got AGM. Arena Grandmaster, you have to run into the Gurabashi Arena where anyone can kill you and loot a chest 12 times in order to get Arena Grandmaster. And it is a insane PvP absorb trinket that I'm sure a lot of these guys don't have. Some do, some do not.
I mean, the risk to get AGM. So if you get AGM, you have a higher chance to win the tournament. It's a great trinket. Best in slot, right? For PvP are pretty damn close. But to go in risking your life, like, I wonder how these players did it. They must have had a mafia. They must have had like 40 people go in a raid group with them and move in slowly. And like, if there was any signs of like rogues or whatever, like perception, I guess your horde, so there's no perception, but like bops, like pally, I don't know, there's no bops, it's horde. I don't know, man. I'm just thinking of any way to protect these guys.
I don't know, dude. I don't know how they got in, man. You're right.
Can you imagine you go for AGM like the night before, you're like missed everything else, you put in, you know, 1,000, like hundreds of hours, and you just like die in an ambush eviscerate?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the crazy part. Because it's hardcore for everybody, it's not like it was on Era. So it's harder to grief because people won't grief at the cost of their own life and just be like, oh,
yeah,
res, and they can't res. So yeah. I mean, otherwise, like if this was on Era, you might have like a rogue hit squad where it's like 3 or 4 rogues and they all ambush you at the same time.
If this was
so terrible.
If this was before Blizzard, you know, created the official servers, if this was the add-on server where people just use the add-on and you had people running around that weren't hardcore characters, AGM wouldn't be possible.
No way.
It wouldn't be possible.
There'd be 5 rogues and still.
With this rule set, or not rule set, with this server, this is definitely some streamer bennies. Having the connections is a big advantage. And then title charm, I don't think being a streamer is really a helper here. It's just, you got to be a loser and just camp it. You got to sit there for 12 hours. Maybe you can have your viewers sit there and camp it for you, but at the end of the day, you just got to be there first. Or you got to wait for a server reset, because when it resets the spawn, it's live, like you said, Zarya. And that's just, those are 2 big key items that every single class needs. At least it helps a lot to have. I'm trying to think of what else is out there trinket wise.
I mean, there's so many engineering trinkets that are really nice to have. We pointed out with Goblin Sapper charges, some of these items will actually backfire and hurt you, or Goblin Sappers always hurt you, which is like specifically risky. I actually wonder if we're going to get a situation like this in the tournament where someone uses a Goblin Sapper and kills their opponent and also kills themselves, right? Like that could totally happen where both players simultaneously
That would be
die.
pog.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if something like that happens. That'd be wild.
I mean, what is the rule if they both die? In like not today, but tomorrow during the Makra, what can you both just die?
I mean, it's possible, but we'll cross.
What do we do?
when we get there.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, the admins. We have admins and stuff who are handling all that stuff on the back end too. Even when it comes to like VOD review, if we come to a VOD review situation, it's not going to be Chance, Zarya, and myself looking at it. We have admins who they're
No way.
because we're focusing on casting.
You gotta be
So when
fucking
we
kidding
get
me.
mad at their decision, it's not our fault.
That's right. That's right.
Right. Yeah, we have a degree of separation.
Excellent. We love that.
Yeah.
Good.
You piece of shit.
There's gonna be something. I think we have a disclaimer in there in the rules that literally says, you know, sign up for fun at your own discretion. This is a Makara tournament and anything can happen. At the end of the day, something probably will happen, and that's part of a tournament like this. But we're still doing it because it's going to be so much fun. I think the initial kind of concept for this, I was talking to Tips and Esfon, it's like, we want to look back and remember this 5 years from now. Like, oh, remember that Makara, $100,000 Makara tournament, biggest of all time. Like, we just wanted to put something on that was awesome. That doesn't mean we're not going to have any hiccups in terms of, 2 players dying, someone trying to break the rules, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you think giving this warning to the viewers is going to stop people from being upset when things happen?
They're WoW players. Of course they're not going to stop being upset. They've been upset for 20 years, dude. Of course they're. No, I think look, it is what it is. I mean, I think there's been a lot of work and prep and everything that's gone into this. At the end of the day, this is classic WoW, and that's why we wanted to have as few rules as possible, because that's the game. Let's send it. Let the kids play. Prison rules, rat tactics, whatever you want to call it. It's gonna be all good. It's gonna be fun. I'm very excited.
Well, we've got a lot of viewers who are pretty vicariously living through some of these competitors, and if their competitor, or in their minds, them, are in any way just slighted in any way, shape, or form, they're going to be personally upset.
Yeah.
So
We should have all of the viewers in all 3 chats type the name of the player they're going for.
Okay.
Snuts, Zico, Savix, Perplexity, Peo.
I don't think Perplexity's in. I think he died, didn't he?
I think he might have releveled. I'm pretty 99% certain he releveled.
Yeah, because he died pretty early on, if I remember right. It was like level 20 or something. I think it was like before he had like fall damage reduction or something for rogues. I don't know what level they get at safe fall, but yeah. Who do you guys think is gonna win?
I'm seeing a big mix. A lot of Zicos, a lot of PS heroes. I'm trying to go through all 3 of our chats here.
A lot of Fortunes.
Sony in here.
Sony's, yeah.
Savix is in here. The Black
Mez.
Mez. Oh, Mez is playing Hunter. I didn't know.
Mez is on Hunter. Yep.
Has he played Hunter in Classic? Like dueling and whatnot? Because granted, they're not Makaros, but dueling in general is like knowing the strats.
Yeah, I think
yourself,
he
right?
played Hunter in Frontier, right? And then for the world first KT kill. I don't think so. Mez, though, is such an outstanding player. But you're right. It's not about necessarily being an outstanding player. It's about knowing the matchups. Have you played the matchups?
You got to approach it correctly. Are you going for the mana drain? Are you going for the health drain? Like killing them? And you just got to know before going in.
Mez mechanically top notch, right? Yeah. Mez is such a good player. So if he has that practice, he could be another one of those players, just like Bean. If Hunter's doing well, that he could just win the whole thing. And I wouldn't be like crazy surprised if that happened either. So yeah.
I mean, I'm sure. Mez of all people knows exactly what we're saying. So I'm sure he got his practice in where he feels comfortable. But out of all the Hunters I see, Bean sucks. I think Mez is gonna do pretty well.
You hate Bean so much.
I really don't like that guy.
Bro, Bean and I go we go back, man. Bean and I, he's actually who I queued my first rank.
Sure feels good when you get it right. And with Philips Sonicare technology, it's easy to always get brushing right. Philips.
That's why I love bourbon barbecue wings. Wow.
That was something.
You didn't like it.
No.
I mean, I used to sing on cruises.
What made you stop?
The cruises. Bourbon barbecue wings.
State Farm is there to support you. You can beat Bake Wars.
Dude, what the fuck is this damage?
I gotta download a patch. This is crazy.
We call it a symbiote, and it chose you.
What the hell's going on with Pete?
I'm the hero here, not you.
You're not yourself.
You want to join us?
We can fight this together.
Be approved that there's no Petri flasks because those are banned, etc. And so getting everyone here, getting the bag check, getting the thumbs up checklist, and then getting them in a section where, hey, you've been checked. It's a lot of people. 140 competitors, y'all said?
Yeah. And just to give another massive shout out to our admins, so many people volunteering to help with this event. I think there's at least 20 of those people in Discord right now bag checking competitors, making sure they only have those 3 flasks in their inventory, making sure they don't have any banned items like that Gnomish mind control cap to, grief someone, making sure they don't have any raid gear they're gonna put on and try to get any little advantage. So that is one of the reasons why we're requiring competitors to stream. They can open up their inventory, they can do a quick bag check, making sure there's no rules being broken, and then that dual flag will go down. I don't think we went over at the start of the duel. Each competitor is going to move back about 10 yards. So you put that dual flag down, each competitor will move back 10 yards, and then they'll get the green light to start that duel. Now, if you're a stealth class, you don't need to stay there. You can indeed get that opener as a rogue. It's not like you have to stand in that spot and get flared out. But different than the CDL, there is no guaranteed openers. So there's not a rule that says warriors get the charge. There's not a rule that say rogues get the opener. And why are we doing this? Because it's a Makara. We wanna make it like you just Makara someone out in Stranglethorn Vale. It's not gonna be like, oh, I'm a rogue, I have to get the opener. It's like, no, if you don't get your opener, you don't get your opener, right? That's a Makara.
Play it where it lands.
And if it's rogue versus rogue, we're gonna kindly ask the competitors to move towards that dual flag in the middle. That way we're not gonna see two rogues just never opening on each other. They're gonna have to go towards that flag. Now just for our viewing pleasure, we're not gonna have the ability for rogues to sit in stealth for 2.5 hours waiting for cooldowns. Every 60 seconds or so, we need some type of action happening. We're not gonna allow competitors to sit in stealth completely AFK, waiting for all of their cooldowns to come back.
What, man, that you made me think. So rogue versus rogue, which we're gonna see a lot of because it's the highest played class in this tournament. It's all about who gets the opener. How many items are in the game that give you that stealth detection advantage? How much of it is there? There's increased stealth level on boots. There's obviously cat's eye goggles and things like that. I mean, what the hell else is there? There's got to be some crazy stuff I don't even know about.
Yeah, those are a couple of them. There's probably more. One of the things that we were chatting about this morning with the admins is just how creative these players are getting, even in comparison to 2019. You know, in 2019, there was some sweat, there was some items, but with this much money on the line, players have gotten very creative. Some items that I never knew existed are coming out into play today. So there's probably going to be something that we're like, wow, okay, it's from a level 22 quest that nobody knows about, and that just won you the duel.
Yeah. I mean, this just in, I got a random chatter saying start the duel already in caps lock. So I don't know. I mean, we might need to listen to that person. Yeah, geez Louise. It's us, the one holding it back. Geez Louise. But no, these guys, there's going to be some random shit. The rogue versus rogue duels I thought would be super dumb. But when you throw in like the tech and the crafting beforehand, the stealth detection, it makes it a little more interesting. I think rogue versus rogue duels are decided before the duel starts, honestly. It's about prep. And let's just say they both prepped up equally. At that point, like, don't rogues kill the other rogue in the opener?
I mean, you have...
Getting the opener would be... I mean, it's just a huge advantage.
Rogues can't shrink at stunts.
Yeah, true. I still have seen...
Advantage?
Yeah, I mean, I still have seen, like, if it's a really good rogue versus a noob rogue, and the really good rogue gets opened on, I would still say that you can turn it around. But to your point, Soda, two really good rogues that are both fully prepped, getting that opener is kind of everything.
Yeah. I mean, God,
That's the nature of it, though, right?
I'm glad I'm not one of the competitors right now. My nerves would be shot.
This would be the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done, hands down. I mean, this is just making it to this point has taken so much time and effort, and there's so much on the line, dude. It's been a month of leveling, of gearing, of making sure you don't die throughout that whole process, trying to get the best stuff you can, doing essentially the hardest content that's allowed, right? Like, there's no rating or anything like that, but like, we saw the clips of the guys doing the tier 0.5 quest. Right? We saw Savix almost die, right? And Savix is one of the top players in this tourney. Like, I love Savix, and he could have just died just like that while trying to gear up. So it's there's a lot of RNG that goes into this. To even get to this point, getting lucky enough to not die, but there's also obviously a lot of skill and prep and a lot of focus that has to be put into place just to be able to have the wherewithal to survive. So exciting, man.
What spec are these rogues mostly going to come in as? Cold Blood Abyss, or what do you think? Sorry, I feel like you would know better than me.
I think the big choice, E. Bentley versus Stars, we're actually getting ready for, which is going to be Hunter versus something. Mage.
I think
Mage.
Hunter.
Oh, that's going to be a fun one. Ice Reflector, too. But yeah, I think the big choice for Rogue, someone might have more expertise than me, is whether you go Improve Sprint or not. Because Improve Sprint is going to really help your Mage matchup. But in other matchups, you don't get... I think it's Improve Sprint or Cold Blood, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, let's focus on this duel really quick. I want to see a gear check. Can we get just a cursor going through all of his gears, see what his gear choices? 100 HP to Helm. This is our first person we've inspected. Okay, good H stamina on that. Fire resist. Interesting. Fire or 5 all resistances. Interesting chest. It's green. Are these the best choices, or did this person not have enough time?
He probably just didn't have the time. I mean, that's again, you had 30 days to do this. You had to get leveled up. You had to survive. You had to get the right drops. You know, some people.
Isn't Beastmaster gear banned?
I don't know.
Beastmaster.
That's
I got it.
0.5.
Giant stock. I got it confused with giant stock. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, just like that's what I was saying, like just to hit 60 and get some gear. Ooh, frost resist gear against the mage is kind of smart.
Okay.
Is a lot, you know, and there's a handful of players that have perfect best in slot. Like they've been playing 16 hours a day, right? That's probably like maybe 10 or 15 of those players out of 140 have like perfect gear, right? The rest of them kind of got what they could get, and they're gonna be playing. Ooh, let's check out this mage's gears. This is stars. We have that goblin rocket helmet for the charge, 100 HP Libram on it. Virtuous shell necklace from Strat, I believe, with the 1% hit.
I think it logged out. So
oh, okay, I see.
Well,
we do have that Furbolg medicine pouch, the Verandi's dagger. I mean, that's some good gear on the mage.
Yeah, you gotta farm that pouch for that heal. I'm surprised the hunter isn't using it, to be honest. I guess he needs the weapon dam, but... So, how do you said mage beats hunter, in your opinion, Daru, in this?
I think it can go either way, but I think mages are favored, yeah.
Okay, how do you think that frost resist, those rings, the frost resist trinket, that's what, like... What's the enchants itself? We're looking at, what, 60 plus frost resist, maybe more. Oh, and the magic resist potion, well over 100. How do you think that's going to play out?
The thing about resistance, and I'm still a fan of it, but the thing about resistance, if you try to stack it at the cost of too much stamina, is yeah, you might resist, but now you have no stamina and you have no intellect. So if you don't resist, now you're just squishier. And if you do resist once or twice, it might pay off. What competitors really look for is getting that resistance in different ways. And
we hear the, I mean,
yeah, it's getting that resistance in different ways with stamina gear. So like some gear has that shadow resist or fire resist or frost resist built into the gear itself. Now looking at these two players, I've just got to say, it looks like Stars has that flask of supreme power. He has like 2 or 3 or 4 rows of buffs. He's logging out to preserve them. From a quick glance, it looks like Star's gear is close to best in slot. Bentley clearly, you know, has some really solid gear, but could have had more opportunity to gear up further. So, I mean, if we're gonna do predictions here, I think that mage's looking pretty great.
You think the mage is still favored?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Espen.
I kind of want to speak to the resistance stuff as well, because like, I mean, I play a paladin, right? So I got to do all kinds of ratty stuff to try and win fights, and I have like different resist suits and stuff like that. Zaryu is 100% right. Like even from the non-mage perspective, somebody going up against a mage, it's you're gambling, right?
Yeah.
So if you have no stamina, or you don't do enough damage, you don't have enough mana, intellect. So it really is like you're either going to do really well with a resist suit, or you're going to do really poorly with a resist suit. And go ahead.
Okay, Zaryu, so I want you to walk me through, what do you think we expect to see during this duel? What is the mage trying to do? What should we expect these guys to go for?
Yeah,
I'm dead.
This is a fun duel. So the hunter is trying to build distance.
Root is
If the
so
hunter can
weak
get
in the
really
beginning.
far from
Holy
the mage, the hunter is in a great spot. You send out viper stings, you concussive shot, you get super max range in these Makaras. The mage will go Having said that, we talked about the elixir of poison cleanse, so the mage can get those viper stings off. But if the hunter can get really far, that's the hunter's goal. Now the mage, all right. So the hunter is going to go for a scatter, feign death, trap, get really far, open up with aimed or concussive into a viper sting and just run. Like you just want to not let the mage get close. Now the mage, on the other hand, as soon as that scatter comes through, the mage should ice block the scatter as a pseudo trinket, as a way to get out of that scatter and stay on top of the hunter. Frost Nova, Kona Cold, rank 1 Frostbolt, stuns like Tidal Charm, trinkets. Stay on that hunter. You just want to rush that hunter down. The hunter, once again, is probably gonna like pop some type of nifty stopwatch, FAP, and try to get away, right? Once again, The mage needs to blink on top of the hunter, sheep him for that FAP, keep him controlled. And once again, the hunter is going to try to wait for that second scatter to then feign death trap and get far. Mage once again, cold snap, ice blocks that second scatter, stays on top of that hunter and crowds him. If the hunter can get away, the hunter can successfully win the duel. If the hunter can't get away and the mage crowds him, then the mage will win the duel.
Okay, so it's gonna basically the mage is just W keying. Every CC scatter specifically, everything that hunter throws at him, nope, block, nope, block, nope. It just everything and W key. The hunter get away, try and drag the duel out, and in the long game the hunter wins. The short game the mage wins.
Yep, and like there are that's an oversimplification, so there are different things that could happen, but like that's generally what we see in Mage v Hunter. As a mage myself, if I'm dueling a hunter and he's got like 50 yards in me, the pet's hitting me, I'm slowed, and there's a Viper Sting ticking, that's what you don't want to happen. Yeah, let me tell you.
I mean, and yeah, I don't know how the poison cleanse is going to affect this, because I know the hunter is trying to take out the mage's mana, right?
Yeah,
normally,
definitely,
but it might not be the case here because of mana gems. I guess you're gonna have to free action potion. That shares cooldown with health and mana pot, right?
Yep.
So they're both gonna have to free action potion. That's obviously what both of them are gonna do, I think. I mean, how is it gonna play out with the cleansing?
Yeah, like I said, hunters normally into casters large, so into priest, into warlock, into mage, into shaman. The goal is run far, Viper Sting. That's just hunter in a nutshell in classic WoW. In this tournament, and I was talking to Saren about this morning, it's going to be a very different strategy because you have to.
Bruce, but
yeah, it's a bruise. And hunters can also go toe-to-toe, head-to-head with the best of them in terms of just doing DPS and killing them. So I think hunters in this tournament might try to pull out new strategies and go for a rush-down strategy, so to speak. Go aggro, that's right. And instead of going for that normal kind of Viper Sting gameplay that we've seen come out of hunters traditionally.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting to see how it plays out. So... And again, I know we've been harping on it. All three of us have the whole day, but this is something that's never been done before. Like, you are going to see different tactics than what people do typically in their in normal classic dueling tournaments. There's just so many different rules here compared to normal because there's almost no rules. And seeing when the whole scope of the game is at play and a 3 times bigger dueling range in a Makara versus a normal /duel, it's going to be really cool to see. I mean, there's going to be things that happen today that we think this will play out this way, that way, and this way, and then we're going to be completely wrong just because we haven't seen it before. So it'll be cool. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, man.
All we can really say is how we think it's going to go, how it normally goes. This is not normal. I don't know what exactly we're waiting on to get these duels going. I think we're having issues with buffs. Oh. Okay, this just in. We're about to start with Group B, something versus something. Didn't catch that.
It'll... Oh, Cartoon versus Crazy. It'll be Rogue Lock, and this is a matchup that Rogue v Warrior we're hearing.
Oh God.
Yeah, so this is a matchup I'm not as experienced in. I think at a high level, Rogue normally would kind of poison kite that Warrior out and kind of dead zone that Warrior, go for infinite restells, reopen. But that, once again, Elixir of Poison cleansing that can be spammed, you can just get rid of the crippling poison.
You don't even need a free action potion because you can just cleanse the poison over and over, right?
I know rogues were complaining about this one. This was definitely a point of contention here because it is such a strong ability.
Oh, these poor rogues.
Poor rogues.
How are they gonna play the game with this in the game? How are they gonna do it? Aw. I mean, out there, like flash grenade for druids. It fears beasts for 10 seconds, an unbreakable 10-second fear. Oh, my poisoned. Shut the hell up. Get out of my face. You know what? I want this rogue to lose. He probably didn't even bitch and complain, but that's pissed me off. So who's the warrior?
On the Group B, it does say it's a warlock. Maybe there's something wrong. There's a lot of the chat saying it's a warlock, but warlock or warrior in either sense versus Cartoon the rogue. I would assume he's undead for that fear to get either chill free card, and that's gonna help against warrior or warlock, right? Because that warrior fear intim reset, like intim bandage is just huge.
Yeah, you know what? I'm at this point now. Every rogue I want to lose. I'm cheering for every rogue to get their ass beat. That's my personal opinion. I'm ready to see them all just get clobbered, put in the dirt in one shot. So
What about your friend Peo?
Peo can eat shit and die. In game, he can eat shit and die. I know how much time and effort he's put in, and I would love to see him lose. So I'm coming in hot. That's how I feel. I'm not gonna hide it or be shameful about it.
Awesome. We have Sorry, S1, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We didn't talk about in Group B though. Peo and Hydra are going to be going up against each other in round 1. So that's also a really fun duel we get to.
Your shape can be sturdy and tough, rooted in magic of old. But beware, with all your new powers, do not think yourself invincible. You see, out there, weapons are being awakened. Weapons that grow stronger over time. Vials of magic that turn the tide of battle. The world of Albion is changing.
We can't do this alone. We need Captain Marvel.
You took everything from me, and now I'm returning the favor.
That's not good news.
She's targeting every planet we call home. We have to stop her, together. Higher, further, faster.
The Marvels.
I called a friend.
Rated PG-13.
Hey, let's go.
Oh man, did I lock the car?
That was a great game.
Dad, I'm cold.
Okay, I'll turn the heat on. I swear I parked in this section. Oh, there it is.
Always stay connected to the new Hyundai Tucson Limited with complimentary class-leading Blue Link Plus.
PMOs are moving 10 yards away from that dual flag. Dual flag goes down, and that rogue is sprinting around and starts with that stealth. It looks like the first duel is underway. We have the mechanical dragonling being popped from Crazy, and looks like the rogue is stealthing and with sprint to get that opener. Cheap shot does come out. Crazy taking a lot of damage. There's the evasion to circumvent some damage coming into Cartoon, and Crazy's dotting up Cartoon and going for the big kites. Death Coil comes out.
Oh, full dots. He's getting ramped up. He is dotted up and he is withering down. 50%.
Situation.
We're going to need to see some health pot. There's a health stone into blind. He's CCing him, but these pets and these dots, he's just going to do damage into it and he's going to lose.
That's
it. He basically had no opportunity there to recoup. After he got full dots on him and he separated with the death coil, it was a wrap. He had no opportunity there. He had too many pets on him between the Void Walker, or too many dots on him between the Void Walker, between the Dragonling, and between full stack immolate everything. It was just a wrap.
My man was confused.
Just to clarify for the chat, the Makara finals are happening tomorrow. Today is the qualifiers for the Makara tournament. In the qualifiers, each player has 5 duels. The top point earners are moving to the Makara finals tomorrow. That'll be the top 64, I believe, competitors tomorrow in the Makaras. Today, we're doing duels for points. Each player, 5 duels, top pointers of each class move to tomorrow.
And just a couple things to add real quick. One, your chat, you're not wrong for being confused by that, because we did mention it. Some people were like, oh, they mentioned it already. But yeah, but we mentioned it like an hour ago, right? An hour and a half ago. So to be fair, we're doing that Swiss bracket, just like Zaryu explained. And so yeah, just to clarify. Another thing, production, I was wondering, can we get the guild log off sound disabled, and can we get HP numbers enabled on the camera ops UI, if that's possible?
Those are all very valid points, S-Fan, but I'm going to go in a little bit further here. You are dumb for not knowing. This tournament, we have to find out. There are so many class differences. Some classes are really bad in these rule sets, and some are going to be very good. But the best of each class will win money. All right, so that influences people to play every class, so it's not just one through the whole thing or the top 3, right? In order to figure out the best of each class, we're going to have people with a win-loss ratio. In order to have that, you cannot die on your first duel. You just can't do it. So we're going to get an actual bracket going here, and tomorrow, People are going to start dying. What is something going on here? Oh no. So either way, these duels are going to be big. A lot of prep going in. These duels matter a lot. This is a lot of people are just playing for these duels. They want to try and get number one in their class.
This is Peo versus Hydra. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. And the duel is underway. The duel flag has been up. Hydra is playing Shadow.
Oil of Immolation. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Oil of Immolation. He might get Peo out of stealth. Does it work like that?
This is great. Flashbang, man, right there on the sun on the ground. Hydra mounts up in shadow form. Sap comes out.
It breaks him. It breaks him.
Huge. Peo's going to go for a re-stealth here, but he doesn't get the combo points like he wanted with the cheap shot. So Peo's opener in his mind is already thrown off. Peo going for the re-sap here, opening up with that mechanical dragonling. Might have a few combo points here. Let's see the opener re-stealth one more time. No heartbreak beat there. Vanish for the opener. Cheap shot comes out with 2 pets, and Hydra's probably pretty scared right now. Trinket into that full fear. Will of Forsaken immediately, and Hydra's under pressure.
See, he will have forsaken the fear, but then Hydra is free to just throw every other bit of CC. He's still got his magic dust. He's getting all of his dispels. He is slowing this duel down. Peo is going to get controlled so hard here. Here comes the dots getting onto Peo. The damage is going to start coming in from Hydra, and he's just going to keep his distance. And now he's going to be able to fear him too. Grenade. Oh, Peo is just getting controlled forever.
Very impressive kites here from Hydra, but look at Peo's health, 80%. Shadow Priest is 50% mana to Peo's health bar. If we're comparing mana to health here, I would say Peo might still be in a slight lead, although as I say that, he's getting ticked down. That's the second blind preparation used. Looks like Peo is going to want to maybe bandage up here, eat up. Nice re-stealth sap here coming out, but looks like it might be DR'd. I don't know if Peo knows that. Bandage is coming out, topping himself back off, but Hydra is back high on mana. Now, here's the big difference. Peo on his second opener is not going to have that, or Hydra on the second opener will not have that helmet to CC Peo, the Goblin helmet. So Hydra might be in a world of hurt here. Cheap shot coming out into a full kidney.
But the thing is, here he goes for the fear. He doesn't have will. He trinkets it, but now Hydra is free to what the fuck magic dust him. But I don't know if he's going for it. He's going for damage, but he's getting rushed down with so much damage. He's got to get some control on Peo. I feel like here comes a tuber coming out, a little bit of extra health, big eviscerate, clobbering through that exposed armor. He needs to get him CC'd. He goes for some heals. There's the helmet. Oh man.
Okay.
There goes the helmet onto Peo. Or onto Hydra. Peo's gonna get some eating, some resets, some saps, maybe a little first aid.
He doesn't get heartbeated here.
Yeah.
This might be over.
Bandage here. There it is.
It's really good bandage value.
Got this right here, dude. He might actually have this.
I think Peo might be in a slight lead here, and something that's really impressive is he's just so tanky. I think it's those potions we were talking about. Peo's just not taking much damage. Another re-stealth cheap shot. There's a break into a full fear. This is the reset Hydra's looking for. There's the Shadow Word Pain, and Hydra has such great positioning. There's the Renew max range with that Shadow Word Pain. Hydra's looking to reset this out, but
healed up, dude.
He brought out a lip to break the stun. But Peo has no more CC breaks. Hydra can reset this duel so many times with any bit of CC at this point and heal back up. And Peo has no cooldowns. He's going in. If the dots fall off, he can sleep dust.
Sleep dust.
Oh, Will's back off cooldown.
Big Will.
Oh no. Hydra could just die.
He needs his fear back off CD. I don't know what the timer is on. He's going for the heals. He's trying to get him off. He gouges it because he has no kick. The next fear, the game is over if he gets it. But the kidney.
That might be it for Hydra.
He's got
Peo has the damage to finish him out.
Oh, cheap.
Hydra goes down.
That was so close.
Dude, that was sick, dude.
Wow.
What a duel.
That was amazing.
That was incredible, man. Dude, so at the beginning when that thing started, Hydra definitely had the upper hand for the first like maybe 30 seconds of that thing, and then Peo had such he had a massive reset coming in. And it really, I thought that Hydra might have had it before that grenade landed. Getting the full fear off, getting the heals in, got grenaded, came back in. Unbelievable duel, man. That was hype. Unbelievable. Great job by both these guys.
The real thing coming in here is we don't get to see the cooldowns on our screen, but that Will of Forsaken coming back off CD for another fear break was it. That was it. Hydra probably scripted out the whole duel, said, okay, when he does this, I'm gonna do that. And he's gonna have, when I don't have Trinket, I'll have my lip for the next one. But the duel went on for so long. with all that magic resist, that will coming off CD gave Peo that extra CC break and the duel ended.
Yeah,
it was incredible, dude. That was such a good duel, man. That was if we get more of that today, this whole day is gonna be crazy.
The biggest thing that was surprising to me is just a minute into the duel, Peo was still like 90% life. Like Peo was just a tank with all of the potions up, and Hydra was down to 50% mana. So like even in a perfect world, if Hydra tops himself back off there, right? He lands lives that kidney, lands the fear, and heals to full. Now we're in a position where Peo is still like what 40-50% life, pretty tanky. Hydra's like it's an uphill battle, and this is one of the matchups that, with that undead rogue, you have that fear break every 2 minutes. It seems like an uphill battle for the priest. So Hydra is down 0-1. Peo is up 1-0 so far in their brackets. I'm excited to see who Hydra gets paired into next. It's not the duel he wanted round 1.
I don't know who the hell told me Hydra was gonna play disc for this tournament. I'm gonna yell at them. Yeah, that guy's coming in hot with Shadow. And it's hard to know who's gonna win. I mean, the duel was slowed down a lot with the sleep dust. Hydra let his dots fall off. So he planned a lot of this CC out beforehand, because you gotta let the dots fall off before you can go for that sleep. And he tried to surgical kit his way in there, but that magic resist, just so tanky. Cannot get this health down. Casters are at such a disadvantage.
And you said it really well, Soda. It's like the priest is trying to slow everything down. The rogue is trying to get through all the cooldowns really, really fast and finish the duel. And it looks like in this next duel, we have priest versus warlock. This is going to be a really exciting matchup to see play out. I'd say, generally speaking, it's pretty even, but I would give the edge to that warlock. Generally speaking, the duel flag's down. It looks like it's not a shadow priest. There's no shadow form or anything, and dots are being exchanged.
Okay. All right, no, that's some Mind Seer. What kind of janky spec do we have here? There's the Will of Forsaken, a little bit late there.
Oh, there's the shadow form. He just wasn't in shadow form at the start. Okay.
What?
Ooh.
That cannot, maybe. Okay.
Backfire.
Arcane Bomb.
Wait, Arcane Bomb, huge.
Arcane Bomb is a 5-second silence, a manage, burn, and damage. It's one of the best items. It's the first time I got to see it. Normally banned in tournaments, but you can use it here today. Full fear, though, from the Warlock. He's just auto-attacking, dotting him up as much as he can. But the Goblin Rocket Helm CCing the Warlock for 30 seconds here. Can Heartbreak early, but the Warlock's gaining an advantage here. The Priest gets the free Dispels, but the Warlock has that pet chunking down the Priest. Another fear being casted, does land. Fear.
We've got two dot classes here that have to make a decision. Do they want to go for damage, or do they want to not to try and go for CC? It looks like the priest is going to opt in for some mana burns here, going for that mana burn strategy. Both dots coming in from both sides. Both want to do damage right now, but the priest is so low, he needs to get his health up. Maybe a health pot. He's got to make a decision. He's going to go for some healing and cast it up here. No CC for it. Another Arcane Bomb. If you look at the Warlock, he is He is trying to dagger his ass. I don't know how you missed that.
You can't move while casting it, and it's stationary. The Arcane Bombs are kind of hard to land sometimes. This is a very close duel. The Warlock's completely tapped. Mana is in the favor of the Priest here, 20%.
Medicine Pouch on the Warlock into another Shadow Absorption. He's got some good HP here, but his mana is still so low.
I think we saw a mana pot from the Priest right there.
Might have been. Hellstone coming in. This Warlock needs to get some mana to do some damage. This Priest is getting CC'd now, but the Warlock has no dots. The Priest could do something. Oh, and now he does.
And we have that triple fear coming out. The Warlock still has life taps available. Yep, there it is. We have 15% mana from that into the drain life. So this Warlock does have some longevity to play with. That mana burn coming out, and that's not going to be good. Frost completely tapped here. The Priest chasing him down. He's in hot pursuit. Frost trying to run for his life right now, buying time for potentially another pop. But the Priest getting very low. 10% life. That could be it. Frost might close it out. Oh my gosh. There's a fear that's got to finish it. This is so close. That Thorium nade lands. Saats' shield is holding up for now, but for how long? One more time for the kill.
He's pouched. He's getting health. The Priest is getting health. He's done it.
He's gonna win with the wand. Frost goes down. What a duel.
No.
Was that life tap a mistake? I think it might have been.
Oh my gosh, dude. Absolutely incredible, man. I really, dude. That duel went back and forth so many times. I think that the defining turning point was at the end of the life tap. Super risky.
But you need mana.
You need mana, yeah.
He was going aggro. You just took the risk. He took the risk, and it didn't pan out for him. You had the medicine pouch. Crazy duel, man. Absolutely crazy duel. Amazing.
I mean, it's so hard to cast and know what's going on because there's so many janky, weird things in the game. Like these arcane bombs coming out. I've never seen these being used before in duels. They're a blanket silence grenade. What the hell? And both of them are chunking them out. One of them missed it. We've got double medicine pouches coming in. I mean, a lot of CC, the amount of absorb pots. So you see people are dotted, but their health's not moving. It's like, what's going on? And a magic, it's all over the place. And then we've got just dots falling off, CC for resets. That came down to the wire. I think they won the duel with wand damage.
Yeah, I think that arcane bomb miss, if I'm not mistaken, it was from the warlock. So that arcane bomb landed, it would have been the other way around.
Yeah.
Right. And the arcane bomb, to my knowledge, you can't move while casting it, and it's just a proximity. So you kind of have to like net before using it, because if you kind of see it being cast, you just move. So it can be really tricky to land. And yeah, that one arcane bomb miss could have costed him the duel. Probably did, because it was so close.
Why didn't they die at the end though?
I think the priest had a shield up and like a renew, and then maybe it would.
I was.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was.
Dude, no way, man.
I don't get it.
I don't get it, man.
Whatever, bro.
Real quick, also, can production, can we do a console FFX glow 0 to because on some of the maps.
I'm too far away.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure. Cool. So we're good for the next one in the sand. So
I'm gonna go grab a drink and pee. I'm AFK. Good luck, you two.
Go ahead. Dude, I mean, the duels so far have been absolutely phenomenal. Oh,
we're in Bobka versus Dendario. Yeah, so Bobka has this mage on the run. The mana's down to 20%. The mage is trying to stall this duel out. So just a quick TLDR in the duel. Mage wants to stall it out. Rogue wants to rush him down. Bobka's sheep breaks and he's in hot pursuit. Maybe he gets a re-stealth here if the mage doesn't stop it, and he does. Bobka going into that re-stealth. Big AoEs coming out here from Dendario. There's the ice barrier to protect himself just a little bit. But this is not looking good for the mage. Don't know if...
I think it's over.
Well, here's the thing. In this matchup, if the mage lives with just one life, but the rogue is out of vanishes and out of sprints and out of blinds, it's tough. But the sapper comes out, so much damage. Dendario putting up that fire ward, though. Very well done. Title charm into the sheep reset.
Where did he go?
So, yeah, the mage could bandage and evo back to full if he still has those cooldowns available. If not, just eating to full and kiting it out, making sure Bobka's out of cooldowns.
This game is actually
the
pissing
sprints,
me
the
off.
vanishes, the blinds to be gone. And from there, the mage can win with one life. That's literally all it takes. Like, you just have to live enough to get that distance and get the reset. And Dendario might have done it. It doesn't look super great for him, but I believe Frostbolt's coming out. Since that's not a fireball, maybe there's no more vanishes left. Looks like we have a small lag spike.
We're back.
Okay, nice. And we're just kiting it out. That Mithril Dragonling's
huge.
This is all yous, are you?
The poly breaks.
Yeah, that pet is going to start chunking the mage down. Oh, another poly. I do believe that might still be on the diminishing return. I don't know if that reset quite yet. Maybe a small blunder here from Dendario. Dendario mana gems back up to 50% life and really wants to slow this down. Bobka's probably... Ooh, Frost Reflector there. It looks like it misses, though. The Frost Reflect came a bit late, and the Frostbolt did not reflect. So Bobka's not going to be happy.
Grab a Monster Energy and go play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
No fees or minimums and no overdraft fees are another reason banking with Capital One is an even easier decision than this.
Who's going to deliver the toys to the kids?
Yoo-hoo!
No.
You steal the presents one time.
What's in your wallet?
Bobka gets a lot of damage in this opener, it could be lights out for Dendario. Full first aid coming out. Bobka's going back to full life here, and that's all the work, the hard work Dendario's put in to slowly wave to take him out is just reset here. Mage blinks. Bobka's just shooting the gun at this point, and Dendario might not be tanky enough to outlast Bobka, which is normally not what we see here in this matchup. Mana's at 17% for the mage, and it's not very much. So we're going to have to go for a sheep reset, build some of that mana back, and then start from ground zero to take out Bobka's life slowly but surely. Once again, we want this rank 1 Frostbolts to proc the Frostbite. The Frostbite is that ranged stun, 15% Nova, to 15% chance to Nova the Rogue. Once that Nova comes out, that's when you go for a max rank Frostbolt to go for a Shatter combo, and that's the strategy
This
Dendario's
is so
looking for. Another nade
stupid.
comes out. Bobka's closing the gap just a little bit here. In this expansion, of course, no shadow step, no way to close the gap besides those vanishes or those sprints. So Bobka's just playing the waiting game, using potions on cooldown, pretending he's a healer. Dendario's laughing. Yeah, Bobka's just waiting on those cooldowns. Once he gets another vanish or another sprint or another blind or another nade, then that's when he's going to try to burst down the road. There's the blind. So Dendario let Bobka get a little too close. Blind comes out in first aid. I must say, I think Bobka is pretty advantaged here. Dendario's playing well, but Bobka doesn't look like he's, backing down. He's keeping his life totals up pretty high here. Goes for the sap on the mage. The sap heartbeat breaks. Fab sprint, but he gets the Nova first on the sap, and he just gets the sheep and reset the fap. That's so unlucky for Bobka.
I mean, there's a lot of RNG here with these sheep breaks and these heartbeats when it comes to the polys, the saps, and each of these guys is either spamming Nova or spamming stealth. Here it goes. There's a heartbeat on the poly. He doesn't get the stealth off. Did he CS it?
I
didn't see his CS go off. Okay. All right, well, I mean, how do you even wither down this health? Bobka got so unlucky there with that RNG, but at the same time, how do you kill this? With all of these resists and all of you just can't kill them. And he's running.
This is brutal.
I mean, Bobka's got no buttons left. He's got no cooldowns. But then Dendario is just sitting here trying to kill this raid bot. Look at that. It's a shatter, and it didn't move his health. There's another Frostbolt. The guy's not even slow. Did he resto pot? I don't know. He's trying to get some Frostbolts, trying to get damage in, trying to keep him slow, keeping his distance. It's an actual raid boss just waddling that he cannot hurt. There's the Nova.
Yeah, let me be the first to say this is a different experience than we normally see here. Such great gear there on the Bobka with that Dark Mantle and the Devil Soar. But normally this looks different, right? Normally Bobka would just be getting owned here. And like you're saying, Soda, big Shatter combo comes out. He goes from like 90% to 80, and Bobka's just tanking it. It's just walking towards him.
Big cooldown from Bobka.
Frostbite rocks on the couch. Yeah. There's the Cold Blood.
Dendario's tanking it, but look at his mana. He's almost doomed. He's got nothing left. He needs to manage him. He needs to mana pot. He needs to do something because he cannot hurt this guy.
Man, Bobka's strategy.
It's so stupid,
He can almost just win with nades and his bow.
Bobka whipped their grenade.
He was resetting that grenade multiple times, too.
Bobka's using like all of his items on cooldown for just max HPS and DPS from range. Like using 2 bursts on cooldown. Oh, frost resist, pot, and a vanish coming out. Oh, great. Nade there from Dendario.
I won't lie. Bobka's getting shit on.
That is, dude, that is such a bad, that's so bad, dude.
Dendario's playing very well. I'm very impressed. Having said that, I would say Bobka might be in the lead here, to be honest.
No mana.
The guy is wanding. He can't even slow him anymore. He has no mana. He's
what I'm
trying
saying.
to kite. He needs his mana potion. He needs a mana gem. He's kiting for it. He's trying to get some distance. There's the gouge. There's the first aid. Dendario has to have a cooldown here or he's dead. He needs something. There it is. He gets something. I don't know what he drank, but he got mana back. The rogue is half HP. This is when he goes for the kill. Bobka has no vanishes. He's got a whole lot of fucking nothing. So this is when he needs to take that half HP piece of shit down.
Yeah, we kind of need like an evocate from Dendario or something like that. Bobka's still half-life and Dendario is just tapped. Like Bobka's passive life regen was just a bandage and a pot every minute, pot every 2 minutes. You know, we have tubers. And like his passive like Bobka could almost just sit at range and use his gun and shoot down Dendario with nades. Like, there's another mana pot though. You're right.
There's a resist on Cone. He gets gouged because of it. There's the kidney. He's trying to predict the blink.
Doesn't actually blink. That was pretty smart.
Oh, and there it is.
Late blink. I love it.
I mean, is that enough mana? Oh, there's the
Evo.
Evo.
There's
Okay,
Evo.
Okay,
2
just to get
ticks.
a couple ticks. He just wants ticks. Oh,
Ice blocks it.
Blocks it. Beautifully played. So blocking the
Dendario.
blind there to stay aggressive is just beautiful play there from Dendario. He knows this matchup, doing very well. There's another Shatter combo with Frostbolt. This could be the damage Dendario's been waiting for. Little tuber coming out from Bobka. He's back up to 40% life, but look how much mana he has. Plus the nade coming out. Big Shatter. Bobka could go down. 4%. He does. Dendario finally taking down the raid boss of Bobka.
damn.
That was really well played.
A battle of attrition, man. That was an insane duel, man. The way that Dendario was able to go out and to be able to kite him, and Bobka being able to rotate his heals and his different consumables with the tubers, with the health pots, bandages, everything. I mean, that was impressive. I mean, to be able to survive that to begin with, but man, that's sometimes some duels, some matchups will just go really long, and you just wait for the next person to make a mistake.
That will not be the last duel that takes that long. We're jumping right back in. Oh, I don't know if we're watching this duel or not, but I mean, the duels are just, the magic resist is crazy. So we're jumping right in. We got Hunter or Shaman versus Rogue. What is the goal here? I feel like the Shaman's goal is to try and just kite him out and survive a bit. The Rogue wants to burst. There's the big explosion totem. He's just trying to keep distance and keep shocks and wither down this Rogue. I mean, they can't crippling the guy. The kidney resist.
Yeah, that's unlucky in a tournament. Big damage coming out from Vanish, though. There's the Hellstone. Banana's 15% life. Big crit there from that health pot. Back up to 50. This is very close. I'm not too familiar with the Enhanced Rogue matchup, but this looks pretty awesome. And well, yeah, whatever the mage used last duel there, Banana uses again to get a lot of mana and HP. Kidney doesn't resist this time, though. Big damage connecting here from the Rogue Vanish. Looks like they're both pretty well geared here. Thorium Nade dodge from Banana. Well played. Big Storm Strike connecting.
It looks like Bananas really just wants to not get slowed, keep distance, and weave in with melee attacks, but it's just not enough. You cannot just beat out this consistent Rogue CC and damage. He goes down.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like it was a pure rush down at that point. We did get started a little bit late, and that's going to happen sometimes. Just to clarify for people so they understand, we are going to try as hard as possible to get in right at the beginning of duels. But there's so many duels happening today, and it's an open bracket, multiple groups that we're just going to be rotating. I mean, it's basically NFL Red Zone. You know, this is Sports Center. So here we go, right into another one.
I mean, this is Mage versus Shaman. Zara, you take it away.
Yeah, so this is another duel where the mage wants to outlast the shaman. The mage is going to be killing totems, a lot of rank 1 frostbolts, and max range kiting. And it looks like Oko is a pro here. He's doing exactly what he should be. Oh, it looks like it's an Ellie shaman, though. Similar type of strategy, but different spec. Mage wants to play this max range and bait the shaman to use mana and then reset. Once the shaman's that's when the mage should go in for that kill. So it looks like that's what we're going to see today. And yeah, just to clarify, 8 duels are happening at once. This is one of the 8 duels, and we're swapping between all these perspectives. Players that win duels get points. The top point earners move to tomorrow's Makara finals. Frost Shock lands. There's a Frostbite proc RNG from the mage, but Lightning Bolt being casted. Mage can max range those. So the nice thing about the mage, their nature swiftness. Oko has to be careful. The nice thing about mages is they can outrange the shaman. So what the mage wants to do is play around 36 to 40 yards. The shaman won't be able to actually earth shock at that range or use abilities at that range. So you want to use max range to your advantage. If you go close like this, it can be very scary. Mage going into maybe the first or second block of this duel. Frost Nova, Thorium Nade comes out. But if you get close, it's shaman's territory. The mage has to run. Shed Lightning could take him out. 18%. Looks like the Ice Barrier coming in just in time to save Oko's life here. There's another bandage, and Todd is in hot pursuit here. Yep, very nice medicine pouch for the mage to regenerate a little bit of HP. Looks like the shaman.
Working, though.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's doing much. He might have accidentally taken the item off. I think he might have to leave it on.
Yeah, I think he used it and then took it off thinking the buff would last. That's where practice comes in. I think he might have messed up. He used the medicine pouch and just sacked 1200
do you guys think there's a mistake here? Why is the mage not
eating? Yeah,
this is a huge mistake by the mage.
No, our UI was bugged because he was out of range, maybe. There he goes. He's at 86% now. There it is.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I was so confused.
So the medicine pouch did go off. He got a lot of HP back there. I mean, yeah, he's got a kite. You got to get past the grounding totem. You got to either outrange or get past the earth shock and try and get damage while not getting one shot because of what this class does.
Oh, there's the charge helmet.
He ice blocks it. But now he doesn't have an ice block for the chain lightning unless he cold snaps it. He's going for some cast. He doesn't get it off. The mage gets some distance, going for the reset. That helmet is on cooldown now. You might want to swap it off. That's a big cooldown used by the shaman there.
Yeah, and this is kind of how this duel runs. It's hard for the mage to do much. Although I do think the mage is slightly favored here. You don't want to let the shaman get close. You have earth shocks close. You have grounding totems close. It's very hard to play close, and the shaman will win that close range duel. Although the mage using that same charge helmet to stun the shaman, kill the grounding totem, build some distance, and reset it out again. Now the mage has to get. Yeah, you're right.
I'm surprised he didn't go for more CC and maybe try and eat and drink after that. He just decided to break the CC and keep going. He's got to wither him down, but that shaman's waddling. And this isn't a Montgarrat dual range, so it's limited, which definitely I think helps the shaman out.
Definitely. Yeah, it's tough for the mage, right? Because you have the earth shock coming out every 5 seconds. You have those grounding totems, then you have the chain lightning. So you kind of have to like kill the grounding, bait the earth shock, kill another grounding, bait another earth shock, then you get like a slow in or two. So it's just a war of attrition. And it looks like they're doing, like Oko's doing exactly what he should here. It looks like the duel timed out. And in this situation, what the rules state is that another duel will be played. It'll just be a reduel. But this time, there will only be 3 food and 3 water allowed. What's really cool about this rule is that now there's going to be an end. They can't just eat and drink forever. You can't reach
out first aid too. Limited amount of bandages as well. Is that true?
I am not aware, but that might be the case.
It's just food and water. We can get a double check on that rule. The rules for that. But, yeah. So it's the idea is if a duel times out, we want to have a second duel right afterwards. That you're limited on how often you can reset by not being able to eat and drink too much. So that's the idea.
And unfortunately for Oko to win as a mage, you're gonna have to reset it out a lot. So I'm afraid Todd might win this next duel on that reduel like pretty convincingly. Because the mage, how do you win that duel as a mage without resetting and shrinking to full?
The whole duel is built around resetting.
The whole duel is built around resetting. So I got to give favor to the shaman on the second duel. I think Todd's gonna do great.
Yeah. No, I think I mean you have the insight there, Zaryu, for sure. I mean you're the mage guy. You said earlier you think the mage typically has a slight advantage in that duel.
Hi, I'm Cheebs. I'm a gamer, nature lover, and I stream it all online. I'm part of AT&T's Class of 2023 program that spotlights emerging creators on Twitch. I am as comfortable in nature as I am at home playing games. Thanks to AT&T's fast and reliable service, I can stay connected to my community, going live from home or on the go. I've worked so hard to get here, and I can't wait for what's next.
How does Taco Bell not have a breakfast taco already? You have all the ingredients. Fluffy eggs, melty cheese, savory sausage. What's simpler than a taco? The all-new toasted breakfast taco. Simple and tasty. I did that. I made that happen.
You never gave up. Never back down. Neither will I. This is my power. My responsibility. I am Spider-Man.
Heals and everything. Yeah,
SL
exactly.
Soul Link is so busted.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh! Snuts
there's
versus the Hunter, and we're catching the end. No, it's Snuts versus Warlock, it looks like. Warlock versus Warlock. Snuts is in the lead here. Drain Life going out. It's actually pretty close. Gripping, healing with that Drain Life, but it looks like Snuts is probably going to take him out, and he does. Quite convincingly, 50% life left there for Snuts, and that's a duel. We're gonna have to go back potentially and get maybe a clip of that if we can, and see that from Snuts' pop, because that's a duel.
I don't know if we're gonna have time, because there's probably another duel that's about to happen that's just as important as that one. Snuts a big name. A lot of people think Snuts is gonna win this whole thing, coming in basically showing dominance over these Warlocks. It's Snuts. He's won plenty of tournaments.
Was there an Infernal out there? Did I see that right?
Yeah, we saw some shit.
I think there was an Infernal out in that duel, bro.
This all is on the play, man. You can do whatever you need. And how do you even summon Infernals? I don't even know. Here we go again. What is this? Hunter versus Rogue, maybe?
Zeroji versus, is it Hunter v Hunter?
Oh.
Ooh,
Yeah,
this is a matchup I'm not super familiar with. This will be fun to watch.
This might be an auto attack battle. Just 2 hunters sitting 10 yards apart, just auto shotting, and hey, who gets the crits? You know, I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I think probably a big part of it is going to be not like, again, I don't play a hunter, but I do know that hunters have different pets with different abilities and stuff like that. I do think hunter pet abilities could come into play here, and really there might be a lot of RNG with the traps and whatnot. See, look how we positioned his cat away. We've got 2 cats, so never mind. No, it's the same.
Oh, we're gonna go. We might go for some killing the hunter's pet strategies out here.
Yeah.
He's gonna helmet the hunter, and now he's just trying to kill the other hunter's pet. Just knock him out for that advantage. But then the helmet broke, and he gets the other person helmets them. So it's killing the cats. Grim Reaper and BFA was better on the real health bars.
They're both just shooting the pets. They're hanging out with each other. Vibing, dude. That's so funny. Oh, Feign Death Trap. Very smart play there from Zeroji, right on top of him. And it looks like Zeroji.
All right. I mean, wow.
Both pets look like they're going to go down, man.
He flash grenades the pets so he doesn't have to cast Scare Beast. He's trying to get them down. Both hunters have now lost their pets almost. Oh, that is a tanky cat. Men pet coming in. He's got to CC it. You got to get the pet down. He's at too much of a disadvantage. He needs it to die. He tries to grenade him. He's Viper stung. He's getting drained. There's Bestial Wrath. The pet is still alive. Grim Reaper coming in. Getting the auto. Zero is at such a disadvantage right now.
Dude.
Those men pets keeping Grim Reaper alive is gonna spell out victory, it looks like, for El Twag. Zero in the completely on the back foot here. Uses that T or whatever it is to get mana and health back, but it still looks like another Viper Sting is gonna come out. Grim Reaper really in the favor here for LT.
But Bestial Wrath is down. He could kill Grim Reaper here, but he just can't get range on it anymore. He's just auto-attacking, and these pets are so tanky and classic. So much armor. They might as well be Prot Warriors.
Yeah. Yeah, if I'm LT, at this point, I would just be pressing the advantage and just stay in range and melee him.
All right, both hunters are now but he's got the wing clip proc on Grim Reaper. He's got to kill it. He's got to kill it. He needs the other. He gets a crit. He takes it out. It's hunter on hunter, but Zero is so far behind. He gets the frost trap. He needs to eat and drink. He's out of combat instantly. No. He gets so much health and mana here. He's got to keep him CC. He's got distance. If Zero comes back, it heartbeats. It breaks. It's a 1v1. They're both wing clipping. They're trying to get the procs. He gets the disarm, but there's the net. Oh, this is awkward.
Dude, this is so funny.
Couple first aid ticks. He's wearing Headmaster's Charge from Skolomance. Is that right?
Looks like it is.
It's just his best weapon. Maybe that's just his highest damage weapon.
Oh!
It is.
Dude,
he really does.
30 stamina is a lot of stamina. 20 spirit's a lot of spirit.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, Zero has a big mana advantage here, which is big, meaning he can afford Viper Stings, and Lieutenant Swag cannot. He is just kiting him. Here comes the chicken, and it enrages. Another trap on his Swag. Zero's getting this CC. He needs to eat and drink. He's out of combat. Oh, no, I think his chicken is griefing him. He had to wait a second. He's getting some health. He's getting some mana.
I love these resets from Zero. He's getting those traps off, the Feign Death traps, and eating and drinking on cooldown. I'm not seeing that same play coming out from LT.
Oh! The revive pet decisions.
Dude, revive.
That's really smart.
BFA was better coming in. Oh,
now Zero has the pet advantage and the mana advantage and almost a health advantage. I think Zero's looking great.
He's keeping Lieutenant Swag so that he cannot Feint Death Trap. He can't do it. He doesn't have the mana, but he needs to do it. Maybe he can get a mana potion or something, but the pet's alive. What do you do at this point? He cannot eat and drink anymore.
He's gonna have to wait for a consumable, tea, something to give him a little bit of mana, and then with that mana, he's gonna have to get a reset. But now with the pet back up, I don't know if it's gonna be possible.
Yeah, I think it's done after that. I mean, it'd be hard pressed to see LT get back into it. He's getting Viper Stinged, and we're just waiting it out.
So impressive from Zero. He had a worse opener. LT had the lead, and Zero clutched up, and it looks like he's going to be able to reverse this. Very, very... Oh, there's a mana pot and a Hellstone. So LT has mana to work with now. Zero doesn't. Maybe we're speaking a little too soon here. LT getting dangerously low. There's a lot of damage coming out onto LT. He's down to 28% with the pet alive. Still don't know how he's going to get it done, even with a little bit of mana and health to work with. Zero playing this so well. Damage is going to connect. Looks like it's a feign death, but...
Feign death on cooldown. I mean, what can he do at this point?
No trap to follow. That's going to be it. There's a scatter.
It's over.
Very impressive turnaround from Zero. Zero was on the back foot for so much of that duel and ended up clutching up. Really well played.
Yeah,
I mean, Headmaster's Charge, huh? Yeah, that is the best weapon. You think about it.
Yeah, exactly. If you really think about it, I mean, you have the intellect buff, tons of mana, especially Hunter v Hunter. It's got high top end damage for re-raid stuff, and there's a lot of spirit. Like, people underrate spirit as a stat in general. I mean, especially with these guys, there's going to be plenty of times where you're going to be in that 5-second rule where you're not casting. Let's say you get trapped or whatever. Those ticks really add up. You know, that tick, that 1-2 ticks that you get that gives you a little bit more mana might be the difference between being able to feign death and not feign death. So, yeah, I thought that was a huge matchup, and they really turned it around. I mean, after his pet died, I thought it was over. It was. I had to at all.
I had to zoom in on my screen to see their health move because they're so tanky. I mean, every attack was a sliver, like a fart in the wind. Insane how tanky these hunters are.
It's kind of the theme of the day. Like in a lot of other tournaments, a lot of these items were banned. And today, when you have 2-3 rows of buffs, turns out players are pretty tanky. You know, players do more damage, but players are also very, very tanky. And that changes all of the dynamics within all of these matchups. And it's so cool to see it. We can talk about it all day, but to see it is something else. And it's really cool.
Yeah, the hunter pet kill is definitely the meta. So these guys are playing BM. Is that the best hunter dueling spec? Like, that's been thought of for this, do you think? I don't know.
Rogue v Hunter.
So how... This is why I think hunters are... I think they beat rogues.
I believe you're correct, yeah.
I mean, you can just scatter the rogue and get them off. You can just sit and flare in the opener. There's no rules that say against it. And the rogue has to open within 60 seconds. So he's just got to walk through the flare.
Goblin Rocket Helmet, though, from Spicy. That was one very nice gap closer. Looks like Bear Man Pig, no enchant on that main weapon. Has the Insignia, the Devil's Sword, but some greens. Looks like Spicy has that gear advantage, certainly, on Bear Man Pig, so that could come into play. Despite there being an advantage to Hunter, doesn't mean they auto-win.
Listen, that is a... Jesus, this is a fresh 60.
Yeah, it's a
he
freshie.
Has, like, no stam, dude. He has, like, no stam at all. I think he's just going to get... With a rogue, I mean, if you get a chance to get in, I mean, he could kill him in a stun lock.
Agility shoulders, not the wisest choice I've ever seen. This hunter is already dead on my screen.
Yeah.
It's not even a lot grok.
Once again, though,
or the rogue's gear again before. Oh no, they're getting started. We don't have time.
Crawlblade and Dark Mantle set.
Yeah,
pretty good set.
Rogue's pretty close to Biss. He has that Goblin Rocket Helmet too. Not fully Biss, but like has some really good gear. Actually, it's Shadowcraft, not Dark Mantle, but
still though,
it's pretty
better than the hunter. The hunter's gear is so bad.
But hey, Bear Man Pig, thanks for coming out and doing this anyway. Like, that's awesome. He leveled to 60. He got some gear without dying. It's still pretty cool to see him. Maybe he'll surprise us here today with the green gear. Maybe it's all part of his master plan. We got the flare and the trap, and that's why rogues have a pretty tough time into hunters right there. The opener is so tricky, but the trap breaks a little early with that pet BM. Looks like the hunter is not getting the range he wants. Spicy vanishing on top of him. Stun coming out though from Bear Man Pig, and distance is not quite made. There's the evasion, but the wing clip lands through. Concussive shot to follow. Bear Man Pig needs to create some distance here. Spicy second vanish coming out. Looks like it instantly breaks, but the kidney lands, and Bear Man Pig's going to take a lot of damage. Does get out of that stun. Looks like a fairly even duel so far, but Spicy's all over him. Bear Man Pig's going to take a lot of damage here. Nade comes out. Spicy with the FAP still a little bit longer. Blind on the pet to keep up the pressure. Bear Man Pig, he's not going to be able to get away. He's just going to go down, and Spicy taking the duel.
I really like that blind on the pet at the end there. I mean, just to keep the rush down going and keep pressure up really high. But yeah, I mean that went exactly like how we thought after looking at their gear.
I mean, both of them fucked up royally left and right. First of all, coming in with no gear. That hunter, I don't think is going to walk away with a lot of cash, but hopefully he got some dopamine.
Yeah. I mean, he still has 4 more duels. I mean, who knows? We don't want to count him out too. We'll see. Still, though, that's part of the tourney, right? Like, part of it is leveling to 60 and gearing and doing that all within 30 days. And you know, that rogue showed up more prepped, and it showed.
I mean, I saw him get the hunter did get a pretty nice, I don't know if he went for a back jump or got lucky. He squeezed in a wing clip through evasion. If it was a back jump, that's pretty legit. That duel was actually closer than we think, to be honest with you. I think,
once that hunter gets away, yeah.
That hunter almost won. That hunter, I think, had scatter off CD, and that shit was over. The rogue had nothing left. He blinded the pet, but yeah, it didn't really matter. I think his Dragon's Breath Chili broke it.
Once the 2 vanishes and are done with, and you kind of get distance, it doesn't matter if that hunter has full life or 1 life. The rogue can never bridge the gap. So yeah, like it was maybe closer than it looked, but really well played there from the rogue to close that gap. And it looks like in our next duel we have Shadow Priest versus Rogue, and we saw Peo versus Hydra earlier. Hydra did fall. Peo won here, and we have Rocketman. Rocketman, do we know this guy? Is this Perplexity or?
I don't think so. I don't know how I feel about the gear choice.
I think this might be Perplexity. Can we get? Okay, we have confirmation this is Perplexity. Rocketman. So Perplexity, if you guys don't know, classic WoW veteran. Like, this guy's been playing classic WoW the whole time. I don't expect many misplays coming up from Rocketman, but he did just die recently. About 2 weeks ago, he died. Decided to re-level. I think he might have died at 60. So I think he leveled all the way 1 to 60 and died, or like pretty close.
He's died multiple times.
Yeah. So this
he did
character
not have as much time to get gear.
Exactly. His gear is maybe a little. Maybe we can get an inspect on Rocket if possible. But yeah, the gear is definitely not like perfect, although it's pretty good still. I was looking at his gear I think a day or 2 ago, so it's definitely not bad. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. We have that Skull of Impending Doom on to break CC, and we have the Goblin Rocket helmet for those resets as well.
I think what the priest is gonna do is fear, and then he's gonna will of Forsaken it, and the priest is gonna want a magic dust, but he's going to Skull of Impending Doom. Oh, he's going for some janky stuff. We'd love to see it.
Did it backfire? Did like
There's
no
the
damage?
Fear. Will Skull of Impending Doom. Oh, he's not even gonna go for magic dust. There's no point. He dotted him up. He's trying to get damage and massive eviscerate, but there's the heal, slowing the duel down. He's got no will of Forsaken. If that dot falls off, it's about to. He's gonna go for a magic dust. He grenades it. Mind Blast, Mind Searing. I think he redotted him. There's a blind. I mean, this duel is slowed down so much in favor of this priest. There goes the dot falling off the first aid. He's going to want to re-stealth. He's going to get a fat opener with no absorbs here, hoping for no heartbeat procs. If that happens, we're in trouble. I think there's a free action potion right now on the priest. Is that right? Well, it's gone now. So
looks
now
like
he's going to... Go ahead.
Yeah, it looks like it's gone now. The priest 80% mana though to Rocketman's 80% life. I'd say the priest is feeling pretty okay in this position, but I think there might still be a slight rogue advantage. Having said that, a little eats here.
He hasn't pushed.
Yeah, we do have a rule that constitutes a 60-second stealth opener. So Rocketman can sit in stealth for 60 seconds, but he can't sit in stealth all day because we're excited to watch this duel. Cheap Shot comes out. Rocketman reopening with Cheap Shot into a Kidney. Looks like Kidney does resist, unfortunately, though, or he might have gotten out of it with that potion. Full Fear coming out, but the Fear, it looks like it resists as well. Some unlucky.
Oh, there it is.
Sides, and SJ goes down.
That burst eviscerate, man.
Eviscerate into a sapper. Looks like a double crit. SJ got one shot, and that's gonna be it. That's Rogue in a nutshell for you, my friends.
I really wanted to see. I know Perplexity can do some crazy good stuff in this game. Oh my god, we're jumping right into another one.
Rogue.
Oh, it's over. Yeah, that low of HP with a rupture on. Oh, maybe not.
Kidney? We'll see what cooldowns they have, but it looks like it's over. Snail taking out Mikado.
I really wanted to see Perplexity get a Skull of Impending Doom on the Magic Dust. If anyone's gonna pull some crazy shit off like that, it's gonna be him.
Yeah,
he didn't have to. The priest just went for damage.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, Perp's private server veteran. He's an old frog. He's been around for a long time. You know, big time dueler. He's well known from years ago. So it's always cool to see Perp do really well. And yeah, I mean, I think we'll see a lot of crazy stuff from Perp throughout the course of the tournament, I think.
Yeah, one of the cool things we haven't mentioned is the tournament, I believe, is hosted on an East Coast realm. Since it's on an East Coast realm, we're seeing a lot of European players playing this tournament. It's a worldwide tournament here. It is on a North American East Coast realm, but we're seeing players from all over the world, which is pretty awesome.
Has the Zico versus Savix duel happened yet? Did we miss that one? I was looking forward to that.
I'm not too sure.
I mean, we can't really tell. There's no way to know. There's so many duels going on at all times. That might have been... Did we finish the first round? Are we in second round now? Or at least...
I think we're still on first.
Okay. We're still on first round.
Vitochi versus Big Sad. All right, this is a cool matchup. Vitochi, guys, world first hardcore level 60 mage versus shaman. Now, Vitochi's doing this perfect. He's buffing up with rank 1 buffs, and this is just to protect himself from the shaman's purges. And that's something that upper level mage play will use. You'll use rank 1 dampen magic, rank 1 mana shield, rank 1 arcane intellect, just to protect purges against that ice barrier so the mage is tanky enough. The rank 1 frost bolts are coming out, and Vitochi's kiting it. Vitochi, I was talking to him, is actually somewhat new to Classic, and that might surprise some of you guys. He's newer to Classic. He just got into Hardcore, and he managed to hit World First 60 in Hardcore, which is really impressive. Vitochi, I believe, came from retail as a PvPer. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe Vitochi is more like retail PvPer, potentially Gladiator level player. Newer to Classic, obviously very mechanically sound, and it looks like his game knowledge is up to par. It's exactly the type of gameplay we're looking for in that Mage versus Shruid. Big Sad, 16% mana. Vitochi, 70% mana. He could probably... Vitochi's kind of won this if he just kind of rushes down Big Sad. Big Sad won't be able to do anything with only 16% mana. He's just got to finish it out.
But you never know with these mana pots coming in. You can't just overextend and like rush into it. He's 0% into the silence.
Bomb.
And there's the mana potion, half of his mana back. It's scary. Nice, yes. I don't know if he landed it. He's blanketed it at the very least. Here comes some chickens. He did not land the silence. He faked it. Getting some lesser heals out. That would have been the end if he landed it. Trying to kite that chicken, killing the chicken.
Looks like it is an in-hand shaman, just to clarify. Big Sad trying to get into that melee range. Vitochi max ranging, killing that grounding totem. Frost shot comes in. We don't want to get Big Sad, don't want to let him get close, but the mage looks like he's going for the kill, and it looks like he can do exactly that. Arcane Explosion, Tuber coming out. Blanket counterspell. No way to interrupt this. Big damage coming out, and Vitochi closes it out. Picture perfect shaman versus mage there from Vitochi. Kiting him out, waited till there was almost no mana left, and then when you're full mana and the shaman's low mana, you go in for the kill, you buckle down, you burst them, and there's not much the shaman can do at that point. Really impressive there from Vitochi.
We got Warlock versus Warlock here.
Oh, no,
Coppers and Madnox. Do you guys recognize anyone here?
I don't know either of these guys, but I do know that Warlock versus Warlock is going to be a very interesting duel to watch. You want to talk about a battle of attrition? Just the amount of drain life, life tap. You got 2 Fell Hunters out, so they're not going to really be able to kill the pets. The spell locks. This is just going to be... I feel like this could be a very annoying duel to watch, but we'll get to it. You got a 6-piece Death Mist. Okay, that's big time. 6-piece Death Mist. He's got his DM trinket. You've got Varamon's Last Resort, Tome of the Lost. I mean, Madnox has some great gear, man. Madnox has some really, really good gear.
You would hope they'd have the offhand that summons a skeleton, but it's tough to get that drop. So we're not going to see that from either of them. We're going to see some serious... Do they have any like shadow reflectors or anything on?
I didn't see one on Madnox, but I didn't see Copper's gear.
I just saw Madnox drink a magic resist potion. So a lot of these things are going to be resisted here.
So he's wearing a increases damage to undead trinket, the Argent Dawn trinket, but I don't think Coppers knows that doesn't work on undead players.
Okay. Zico is about to duel, so if we can get to that, please do. But until then, let's keep watching these guys. We've got dots up. It's like the hunters. They're trying to get the pets out of the game. Dotting and running. Curse of Tongues, just trying to slow down the casts on either of them. There's the coil coming in.
Yep, Death Coil's coming out, and this is a DR battle. We're going for the Death Coil in the triple fear and trying to get as much value in those fears. Looks like the spell lock comes out, though, mid-Death Coil, which is really well played there from Madnox. And it looks like the health advantage is to Madnox here, but the mana advantage for Copper, and mana is very important because, look, Madnox now has to tap and drain life that health back. Copper has 83% mana still. Dots ticking on both sides, but wow, what was that? Madnox just crushes Copper. I don't think he was expecting to take so much damage. I'm sure there was items he could have used, but wow, that was really a lot of burst.
What just happened?
I don't know. Might be some hidden tech. I would love to see there.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I do know I was surprised to see the pet die so quickly. Fell Hunters have high resist. They're super tanky against casters. So they were really good at
the
that.
AI. Hold on, the UI didn't update. I think they ran out of range, and our UI didn't update until we got closer.
Got it.
And then
Okay.
it just looked like they got one shot, but they were getting melted during the whole fear.
Yeah, that did not go at all how I thought it was gonna go.
No.
That went way faster than we thought.
Thought it would
thought
just
it'd be a
be
long-
dots and drain life. Yeah.
I thought it'd be like a war of attrition that was like 5, 6, 7 minutes.
Zico is going. Come on, production. Get us in there.
Let's go.
We gotta
let's
see
go.
it. I gotta see my boy play. Okay, we're not in their group right now. We're
Production
trying to
is
get
trying to
in.
get there.
Oh, jeez.
And this duel, if we do get there, is going to be Zico versus Savix. One of these duels that we're really excited about. It's Rogue versus Mage. Both players very prepared, pretty much best in slot. I've looked at both of these guys' gear. I mean, Zico has literally every item you'd ever want. We have Zico's POV here, which is great. And it looks like we haven't missed much. It looks like the Rogue isn't opened yet.
Look at it. Look at the bottom right. Look at the bottom. Look at all his decisions. He's got an arsenal.
I love it.
I love seeing their perspective. Look at this guy.
Choo-choos, man. Looks like he's about to kill KT.
This is one of the best players, and this guy's out here clicking stuff because he doesn't have enough bindings for it. There's that many stupid things in this game, and he's clicking them. What else can he? I don't blame the guy. What are you gonna do?
I mean, you have to at that point, right? Like, there's so many. He even downloaded an add-on because there's not enough action bars in the game. He downloaded an extra add-on for more action bars so we can have all of the consumables there so we can make sure he has 100% uptime on him. I love it.
Look at his buffs and I love seeing the actual player's point of view. It's so nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be able to flip back and forth.
He's waving to Zico. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
We also, it's cool to see this POV because we get to see the UI for the item rack add-on. So in the middle left of the screen, Zico has that helmet icon. That's so that Zico can swap the helmet after the Goblin Rocket helmet has been used. Then once again, the book, the boots, the trinkets, we can swap all of these items mid-duel after they've been used. You sheep someone, you get out of combat, you swap the item to another valuable item. On the right middle of the screen, we have the amount of life covered with that ice barrier. So 1,138. And that's really helpful for the mage to know how much life is actually going to be.
Do we see the Alarmobot spamming Frost Novas? Do you see that thing? What is that?
I don't know.
What is
the Guardian
this thing?
Alarmobot?
That Zico SFMG's Guardian is who that is. That guy's gonna win the tournament right there.
I've seen so many
champion.
I've seen so many Nomergon clips of the Alarmabots. Like, make sure to kill that thing, whatever it does, man. I don't know.
Is the dual flag down? Because it's already out. Is it just last forever? Is it that crazy?
I think they're just chilling.
I don't know if the dual flag's down. Because I don't see a dual flag. They might, maybe Savix is still getting here. I don't know if the 60-second timer has commenced. This gear, though, from Zico is some of the best gear. I think it is the best gear you can get, at least from Zico's perspective. I don't think there was anything else he was still going for and needing as of these last couple days. Look at this Sage Blade, 20 Spirit enchant for the long duels. I love that. Book of the Dead, summons a skeleton. We have that Storm Rager with a 1.3 speed nature resist wand. Arena Grandmaster, very difficult to get that without dying. Tidal Charm.
Well, check the rings. Oh my god. See, and Zico knows what the duel is about. My man is wearing defense and stamina because he knows what his win condition is.
Yeah.
He is geared and prepped for this duel.
I want to point this out because there's nothing like resilience or like PvP power or anything like that in vanilla. If you get defense on gear in vanilla, each point of defense
Tidal
gives you
Charm?
0.04, like parry, dodge, and block, right? So defense effectively, and it also a lot of people don't know this, increases their chance to miss against you. Now you have to be able to do those things in the first place, but defense is actually a very good stat to mitigate.
Well, here we go. He gets the sap off. The Alarmobot doesn't do what it needs. Sorry, you go ahead. This is your duel. You're the mage.
Zico's trying to live the crazy burst that's about to come in here from Savix. Zico knows that, has a lot of stamina. Heartbeat breaks. Frost Nova. Savix out of stealth. Gouge land. Zico kiting with the Thorium Nade. Still has the trinket to stun Savix if he needs to. Sheep goes out. Trinket to break the sheep. Looks like a FAP's being used. Blind on the sheep. Really well played here from Savix. Savix doesn't want to waste too much precious time of that FAP. Wants to get all over Zico and break that shield. Zico's still full life. I'd say it's a pretty fairly even duel right now. Cheap shot coming out just to build combo points. Savix is not going to break that yet. There it is. Ice block late. I think there's still a second blind here from Savix. Let's see if he uses it. Another cold snap coming out. Zico goes for the blink into the reset. Polymorph being casted and it lands. Looks like Savix is going to be sitting that one. And Zico is going to get the...
That? Was that what that was?
It looked like it was, but it didn't quite, the timing didn't quite work out. Re-stealth it! The speed breaks early on the heartbeat. Re-stealth goes off. That's a massive blunder there from Zico. But he does get him out of stealth. There's the Cone of Cold at land. Zico hiding out. Arena Grandmaster being used. A very close duel. Title Charm from Savix. I think Zico still has the Title Charm in return, and he does use it. There's another sheep reset. Nicely done there from Zico. Zico's going to go full range here. I think Savix is almost out of cooldowns, though. I think Zico has done it. I think that was kind of the onslaught there from Savix. Zico handling this very well. Counterspell being used to keep Savix in combat, and it pays off. There's the charge helmet there from Savix to get another gap break to Zico. Gouge coming out to build those combo points. Savix going for another re-stealth. Some item swaps coming out on top of that. Savix does indeed go into stealth. Reopens up onto Zico. Frost Nova coming out. That's the last blind. Zico blocks it. Professional plays here from Zico. Savix on his last vanish as well. If that nade lands, it's over. Does it land? It does not land. Savix is going to have 60 seconds in stealth. The Alarma bot still up. Oh, coming out from Zico. MLG plays there. Really, really nicely done. Cone of Cold coming out. Savix doesn't have anything left. Zico's pretty much lived at this point. Going to max range. Zico 80% life. Swapping items that evocate to full mana just to make sure he has enough to get the job done here. Another sheep landing. Frostbolts coming out. No need for the fireball. No more vanishes, so it doesn't really do much here. Nade coming out. It's not going to be a big deal. Zico's going to be able to kite this one out.
Oh, reaction potions off cooldown.
Yeah, another FAP comes out and a sheep to reset the FAP, but it's on DR. This is going to be a scary 40 seconds, 30 seconds for Zico.
No block either.
No block, no way to kite this.
The speed.
Oh, he's sprinting. He's going for it. He knows.
And they're both sprinting. It's a sprint boots and the sprint boots. So well played from both players here. Zico's keeping Sav combat so we can't get the restells with his rank 1 arcane explosions. Just kiting out the FAPs. There's only 1 second left, and that is it. Oh my gosh, the Cone of Cold on the restel. This is incredible to watch. Another Nova coming out, big shatter combo. There's a ice reflector, well played, but man, Savix, he doesn't have much left. There's no ice. Oh, he does get a re-stealth randomly. Nice rank 1 blizzard from Zico. Immediately blinking in aggressively there. Savix turns around on the blink. Doesn't look like he's gonna be able to connect. There's another Frost Nova.
Oh my god.
Hellstone back to full.
There's the net. He's got no blink. He's got no blocks.
He blinked in. He blinked in.
Oh, he's got to take this damage. He's getting clobbered. He's got no answers for it.
He's Zico's Savix might have done it. Another reset though from Zico, and then the Thurbolg's medicine pouch to heal him up. There's a wand taking out the Dragonling first aid. Zico's gonna play this one a little more careful this time. Oh, another re-stealth coming out. Frost Nova misses.
He's got to get mana. He's drinking. He's gonna get sapped. Okay, now it's mind game. Zico wants to drink, but Savix wants to sap him. He could drink. He could go for AoE. He's got to get. Savix has no tools left. Dude, nothing left. He had. Oh, he gets.
Oh my. Dude, Zico is.
And he missed a whole lot of nothing. Big Nova.
It is important to note. Mages have pretty long cooldowns. Like we can rotate up to this next sprint or this next vanish potentially before like the cold snap, for example, comes back up. So we'll see if in the super long game maybe the rogue can rotate back through. Another net comes out and it does land. There's a FAP. This is going to be scary. No more blocks. Blink coming out from Zico. 6% mana pot being used back up to 45%.
Did it resist
on the poly. Yes.
No.
That's going to be scary. There's a counter spell so we can't get the re-stealth, but if Zico fights this, he's going to take so much damage here. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, no line of sight. There's a blink coming through. Savix can close the gap. A full kidney shot or cheap shot can land. Fire blast to keep the combat. FAP's running low here.
Have nade soon.
He's going to get a re-stealth here. There it is. Oh. Misses the Nova. Savix dodges it.
Dude, Savix. These are 2 players at the top, at the absolute top of their respective classes, dude. These guys are unbelievable. They've been unbelievable players for years. Retail, classic, the whole 9 yards. This is an unbelievable duel, man.
Big first aid coming in, full HP. There's no cooldowns. It's just health bar versus health bar now.
Building the combo points. Oh, big eviscerate into the blind. This is what I was talking about. The blind rotated up. I don't know if Zico has a block yet for this. Arcane Bomb, the silence and the damage. If that doesn't miss. Okay, if he gets that Arcane Bomb on the sap, Zico's going to be silenced. Savix could burst him down. Let's see if he goes for the Arcane Bomb opener. There's the cheap shot. Ooh, I would have liked that Arcane Bomb. Looks like the Hellstone comes out from Zico. Another Hellstone.
Vanish is back
for the counterplay into the cheap shot. Savix is all over him. Kitty, no out for this at all. Zico, no blink, no ice block, 50% life. So much damage coming through. There's the net as well. It doesn't backfire. Zico on the back foot. Nade coming out into the poly. Reset once again. It comes out on the polymorph. What is Zico gonna do? There's the blink. Another nice big frostbite coming out into the half DR polymorph. Oh, the dark rune doesn't quite break the poly. The timing is really tricky on that one. Zico, 20% mana, 40% life. Savix about to break through this poly. Big frostbolts coming out. Very scary position for Zico, just because there's no cooldowns and he's so low mana. Savix full life and the rogues are so tanky with this rule set.
Zico's gonna get some drinks. He knows Savix is far away. He knows he can't get to him. He's trying to eat and drink while running away to get as much out of it as possible before Savix catches up with the sap. I mean, Zico is tanky. He ate a full kidney shot as a mage versus a rogue in full Dark Mantle gear. I mean, he just tanked the whole thing. He gets him out of stealth!
Oh my gosh!
That was a really nice arcane explosion. The game sense coming in from the big Z. Really impressive. Frost Nova out, but Zico's still very low. Savix full life. Net comes out. Blink to respond. Counterspell so that Savix doesn't get that resell. Full poly once again. Hopefully we don't get that heartbeat.
First aid here.
Nice, Zico. First aiding back to full. Just trying to slow down the duel. Heartbeat once again. And Savix getting the re-stealth. Rank 1 Arcane Explosions coming out to try to find him, but it looks like Savix is not going to be fooled this time. I would love to see an Arcane Bomb burst combo coming out. Nice Arcane Explosion, though.
Unreal. And he's doing that while drink walking perfectly. That's so unbelievably impressive, man. Have that game sense.
Big poly. Zico just trying to get control of this game. He needs to just get all his cooldowns. Like, the cooldowns are gone again. And Zico has his cooldowns back at this point. I think Zico's at a huge advantage. Oh, heartbeat.
Zico's looking good. The only thing I'm concerned about is Savix is so tanky.
Yeah,
like it's super hard to kill the rogue. Like you can get the rogue out of cooldowns, but the rogue will just walk at you for like 3 minutes, and it's just really hard to kill the rogue. I think for the rogue to kill the mage, though, it's a similar story. It has to be some type of Arcane Bomb burst combo, but Arcane Bomb, I believe, might share cooldown with FAP, so it's going to be a hard one. No, the Nova comes out. Zico kites it out. Ice Barrier. Net to follow. That's not what Zico wants here. Full DR poly. Dark Rune, once again, the timing on it must be just insanely tricky.
It's like
Dark
one
Rune.
frame.
Yeah. Yeah, super, super tough. Counterspell, once again, to keep the rogue combat. In case the poly breaks, the counterspell will keep the rogue combat, and the rogue will not be able to re-stealth. And it does break, and that counterspell came in clutch there. Frostbolt's coming out.
He's still 100% HP. Oh, there we go. The UI hadn't updated. Okay, big grenade, max rank bolt, doing 10% of his health.
This might be it then. This might be it then. I mean, what is Savix gonna do?
He's trying to get a re-stealth, but Zico knows this. He's not gonna let him do it at this point. He's got him on the ropes. He's got to turn around. He's got to walk into him. Here comes the chicken. Here comes the mortar. I think it backfired. Or no, Savix mortared him.
Blocking the blind. Really well played. Kona Cold coming out. Big shatter. This could be it here for Savix. It's a Frostbolt Fire Blast. Boom. 3% life. Arcane Explosion. That's it.
Damn. What a duel, man. I mean, both of these guys are absolutely unbelievable players. Dude, I really thought Savix had a chance to come back there, man. There was that. There was a point there. Go ahead.
There's some things Zico does. I love seeing it. I noticed that when he got blinded, typically the mage just ice blocks it, right, Zaryu?
Yep, that's what you want to do.
You pretty much trade it. But Zico knew that Savix had FAP running, and he said, you know what? I'm going to let you blind me, and I'm going to sit the whole thing, because that's 10 seconds of your FAP.
Yep.
And those kind of decisions in like an undiscovered territory like this is really what is going to set Zico and others apart.
Absolutely. What an absolute pleasure to watch and cast that game. Right. That was just brilliant from both perspectives. Looks like here we have a mage mirror matchup. This is this is one of those duels that can go a while. It's going to be like whatever mage goes aggressive first generally will lose, because once you start going aggressive, the other mage will reset on you, Evo and bandage up, and now you're on the back foot. Is that a Pyroblast? Oh my gosh, one of the mages might be opting for fire, and Brew just getting chunked. Shad, well done.
Yeah, I mean, that was just that's what it is. I kind of want to go back and I want to talk about that last duel a little bit more. The thing that Zico did that was so impressive to me, and we mentioned.
What? Let's go! What's the matter?
Let's go.
We're continually just being like, how did they do that? Whoa, whoa, whoa!
God, what the hell are we watching even?
FPS Legends 10.
So you stop talking to me?
Over. Over. It's all up to chat. Look at everything here. Woo! Where to next?
It's gang time, buddy.
Yo, Rook, where's your squad at?
Stick to the plan.
Check the time. You ready? I'm ready. I'm with the squad forever. When you come to make the team loyal to me. Through it all, we stand together. If you fall, better pick him up. Go down, better get back up.
PlayStation. We can't do this alone. We need Captain Marvel.
You took everything from me, and now I'm returning the favor.
That's not good news.
She's targeting every planet we call home. We have to stop her. Together. Higher, further, faster.
The Marvels.
I called a friend.
Rated PG-13.
Do you guys have a command for bracket, Zoryu?
Yeah, exclamation point bracket should work. Yeah.
So exclamation point bracket in any channel. You guys can go ahead and type that. You guys can get a copy of the bracket so you guys can follow along yourselves. And also everybody here should be streaming their POVs, so you guys can go check out their POVs as well if you if there's a duel that we can't get to, because there are so many duels going at the same time right now. Again, just like Evo, I keep using the Evo example. Usually in the qualifying rounds, there's some duels that aren't broadcasted just because there's so many happening at the same time. So
we have Hunter versus Warlock loading, and now there is PS Hero playing and potentially Peo playing. So we have some awesome games to jump into after this as well. Here we are.
I don't know what the strategy here is. Typically, the Hunter wants to outrange the Lock and Viper Sting, and he's going for it. But does this Warlock have any poison cleansing potions? He doesn't. I think he just ate the entire Viper. He's eating another one. Zero just wants to keep distance. Try not to die to dots while draining this Warlock's mana. He seems to be doing it. Scatters the fear. The dots are falling off. The Warlock reapplied them. He's eating all of these Vipers. This Warlock is not prepared at all.
Yeah. So the elixir of poison cleansing is not coming out from the Lock. The Lock is completely tapped, and it looks like Zero just has this. I mean, the Lock's already boom. Yeah. The only thing you can do is life tap, but the Hunter has the life advantage as well. Hellstone comes out, even things out a bit, but Furbolg's medicine pouch gonna help Zero's case here. Warlock's just sitting on 0 mana. The only thing the Lock can do is like wand. So, I mean, GG, unfortunately. The trap comes out onto the pet. Big aim shots coming through. Lahana's just taking it. There's no line of sight out here. Health pot into a life tab. A little bit of mana to work with. Another Viper Sting, though. Going to finish that off real quick. And Lahana trying to summon another Voidwalker. I'm not sure what that's going to do. Really well played here from Zero. He came prepared. He came ready. And it looks like the strategy is definitely going to pay off for him.
Yeah, this duel's already over on my screen. There's nothing in this game that's going to save him from death right now. I mean, he's sacking his pet again. He resummoned it. The shield's already gone. He's wanding. Viper's still running on him. Zero doesn't care. He's PvEing at this point.
Yeah, it's over.
PS Hero's got a duel going on. Can we get into that? I mean, it doesn't even have to be the tournament UI. Can we just open up their stream and see it? PS Hero, please. PS Hero, I think there's a handful of other really solid duels going on.
While we're jumping into that, just to clarify with these rounds, guys, we have that round 1, and say you go like 1-0 in that first round, that's great. When you move to round 2, oh, here we are. We have PS Hero versus a Warlock. It's an SLSL Warlock. PS Hero looks like he's doing great, full life. Warlock is in that kidney shot, fear being casted, combo points being built up here. We have that second sacrifice available, and it is used. Yones, though, on the back foot. Fear trying to fake out, but he's not faking that kick. He does finally fake the kick, but the gouge comes out instead. Arcane Bomb looks like it's going to be channeled here. Finally, we get to see a good Arcane Bomb resist. Unfortunately, nice big fear.
But he resists fear.
Oh no, this Warlock's just getting clobbered. Kidney shot comes out. PS Hero looking like an absolute pro here in the situation. Yones, what are you gonna do? Lip into the Howletary range. Oh, not quite range.
That was so close.
Tried
played
to.
there from Yones. He goes with the first aid reset into the fear. Now he's just got to make sure PS Hero doesn't get this re-stealth and make sure that PS Hero doesn't get that full reset. Yones looking for a reset himself. Another Voidwalker coming out. Well played. There's the Soul Link.
That was huge.
Yeah, he's got to get this kite out. Don't let him get back. Oh no.
I mean, big
PS
reset
Hero.
there.
Just get.
Oh, I love that. I love the gouge on the Voidwalker. Get the first aid ticks off.
You just gotta get the first aid. There's the coil. He's gonna get a fear here. PS Heroes, I don't know how many. He's got Will of Forsaken still. He really needs to wither this Warlock down, because the longer it goes on, the more easy it is to get him off, and that's in the Warlock's favor. There's the fear. He's got no will for it. He's got no trinket. The Warlock is riding him down. PS Hero can't do any damage. I think he Healthstone. He's going for a grenade. Whipped the hell out of it. Trying to get some dots up. Trying to get an immolate, but he doesn't want to cast it. He just wants to run and take the free damage. PS Hero trying to throw a grenade at close distance.
He misses.
He double miss. Warlock life tapping. He threw in a wand. He's min-maxing what he can. Trying to get a fear. PS Hero can't stop it. He eats the fear.
That might be it.
Yeah, that's a huge separation there.
If PS Hero can't close this gap, there's nothing he can do. Kidney Shot comes out on the pet. Shadow Bolt not being quite casted. PS Hero 30% life. Warlock popping that Shadow Burn. More dots coming through. There's the full blind, but the dots are still ticking. Pet is in hot pursuit. Yeah, PS Hero is really on the back foot. There's the evasion for the pet damage coming out, but how are you going to finish off this Warlock? Sacrifice still available. Fear being fate casted. There's the sacrifice. Tons of dot damage coming in through. I think Jonas can maybe finish it off. The bandage only is going to be one tick. Yeah, that corruption. Oh, it's going to be close. Here on the finish, there's a lip and a drain life. Fear being casted. If that lands, it's all but over. Vanish in the clutch. Cheap shot lands on Misery. And PS Hero.
Auto attack. Damn it.
Oh my gosh. Take him out.
It's not over. What the fuck? How are they not dead?
Oh, that's it. Wait, no. PS Hero 1 minute.
Who won?
No way.
I think PS Hero won.
Dude,
how were they not dead at the end?
Dude, the Warlock popped a flask, didn't he? Was that a flask, or did we see something else whenever his health went up? Because the UI bugged out.
I don't know.
That was the closest duel today.
That was insane.
Someone used a sapper at the end.
Yeah,
the sapper couldn't kill you. If the sapper killed him, they're done. They're out of the whole tourney.
That was so risky, dude. That was
sapper made me freak out. I thought someone was dying permanently.
Wow.
That was
what a great duel.
Insane, dude. And the fact that PS Hero won that without even being at his desk. We switched to his POV at the end there.
He wasn't even trying.
Dude, it was incredible. This guy wasn't even trying. Wow.
All right. We got a Shadow Priest versus Rogue here. Doodles, can we get an inspect on Doodles here? He looks pretty undergeared, and he's gone. We don't get to see it. Let's see, Helga's also undergeared. Okay, we've got two undergeared players coming in. I don't know how maybe, actually. This gear might actually be good. I might be wrong.
Okay,
that
gear.
poison trinket might be pretty solid versus a rogue. We're getting a fear. Mind Blast. Oh my god, I think it crit. Doodles is almost dead already. He wheeled late. He's got 0 stem. Oh god. He's dead. I mean, we're opting for full agility build on the rogue.
Big crit.
Big kidney shot. He's got that agility has to pay off right here. It doesn't. That troll racial coming in, auto attacking himself to the dirt.
Just that.
Unlucky, Doodles.
I wondered why the
unlucky.
Had not
yeah, I mean, no, you got no stem. I mean, it's just that's just how it goes. I mean, the thing is you had 30 days to get ready for this tournament, and I mean, there's a lot that can happen in 30 days. You got to level to 60, or that needs to happen. You got to get to 60. You got to get the gear, but to get the gear, you got to get the drops, right? And during that whole time, you got to survive. So you're gonna see some guys who are just armed to the teeth, and you're gonna see some guys who are like, "Thank God I made it to 60 and I survived." And that's what happens in an open, right? That's what's so cool about this is not an invitational. This is anybody from the community can go and they can compete in this thing, and just making it to this point and surviving for 30 days, being max level is a feat in and of itself. So it's you're gonna see everything, man. You're gonna see everything today.
Walmart gear, HEB gear, Whole Foods gear, the whole 9 yards. It's going to be up and down. It's all about time investment. A lot of people have advantages. They've got their own streams with larger communities to help them out. Big streamer Benny's coming in. We have another Shadow Priest. I think they're dueling. Is that a Rogue? Yep. Rogue versus Shadow Priest here. Again, this Priest looks a lot more prepared. A lot of solid gear coming in. Let's check that Rogue, please. Oh, they're opting for a cloaking device. That's an interesting choice. If they can squeeze it off without getting auto attacked out, that could be a big reset that they need.
What's so interesting is we have so many different like levers at play here, right? We have one, the classes themselves, priest versus rogue. Okay, what should win on paper? Okay, maybe rogue. Although this is an orc rogue, I think, not an undead rogue. It's like, okay, but two, who has better gear, right? It's like if one player has bis gear and one has greens, it's like, okay, well the green player's in the disadvantage. And then three, who's more prepared for the duel itself? So there's so many things that really we're looking at here.
Skull of Impending Doom coming in from the Shadow Priest. I think he tried to maybe CC the blind or something. I don't know if the rogue went for it though, so it was a little bit of a unlucky misplay. We got the Fear coming in. He ate the whole thing. These dots are rotting him down. He just got through the Shadow Protection Potion, I'm sure. Rogue's health is now starting to wither. He's getting some damage on the Priest, but that next Fear could come in. There's a stun proc into a Mind Blast. Massive dam. Fear coming up soon. He's just kiting, running away from the Rogue. Mind Flaying extra. There's a Vanish. He summons his Bear off, trying to get that damage in. It could soak the Fear. I'm pretty sure Fear only hits 3 people. He could get lucky, and the Fear could hit the minions and not the Rogue, which he needs that now, especially with that situation. There's the Trinket into the Fear. It does hit the Rogue. He's got no way out of it. He's already low. There's the Mind Blast. The UI hasn't updated, or he health potted. There's another Blackout proc. This Rogue is screwed.
That was not pretty for Pop. Just, I'm gonna say that. Well played to Exons. What I really liked there too is that Gnomish cloaking device. On the reset there, the Priest was kind of just running far and then popped the Gnomish cloaking device like a Vanish, and the Rogue was like, where is he? Yeah, and it bought a little extra time for that next Fear to come through. The Rogue was also Orc, so there was no Will of Forsaken like we've seen in other duels. That was just an uphill battle for the Rogue. Here we have Hunter versus Rogue. We have the pleasure to watch LT play again. There's another net coming through. Lucio sticking all over him though with the net and the FAP. LT's got to look for some distance. The wing clips not on him quite yet. Lots of parries and dodges. You can hear the noises. Hopefully some big damage will connect here soon.
Look at this Bestial Wrath build. We don't normally see that build, I feel like, in tournaments. They play something else, but these Bestial Wrath pets are just clobbering, and you cannot get them off. They're beating the hell out of you. So the Hunter's doing no damage, but his pet, highest parser in the game right now. There's a wing clip proc. Hunter's going to get some distance. Pet is still beating him. There's a Vanish, exposed armor. He's got to burst him here. He's so low. Massive shield. Rogue is 1%, and it's over. It's no damage.
And Chance, that was a great call out there. So one of the reasons that we're seeing Bestial Wrath, like the Beast Mastery builds, more so in this tournament versus maybe in tournaments in the past, is that there's no raid gear allowed. So whenever you're early on throughout the course of like a vanilla server and you can't go, like you're all pre-raid gear, your pets are going to be stronger than they are later in the game. So yeah, I think the Beast Mastery build is a smart play. I think it's great that they're trying that, doing something different.
Yeah. I like Bestial, like typically Hunters go like a slight survival and marksman build, but there's different specs that are better with these rule sets, and they know that it's gonna be a lot of rogues. Everyone knew there'd be rogues everywhere, and yeah, Bestial Wrath is so good and strong versus that class. You saw it there, just doing work on that rogue.
One of the great things about the rule set is each player, they're fighting for points right now, and the top point earners of each class are going to make it to tomorrow. So even though there's a lot of rogues, only the top 8 rogues make it. And here we have Kreia. Rogue is in stealth against Dendario. We've seen both these players play before. This is Perplexity versus Dendario. Both great players. Perplexity looks like he's doing great, though. Sprint with free action potion. Dendario, what are you going to do, buddy? No mana, no health to work with. Sapper coming out. Perplexity looking prepared and taking out Dendario. Man, Rocket Man, I believe that'll be a 2-0. And another cool thing about the way the
Swiss... saw that duel.
Yeah, maybe we can go back and watch it at some point.
Dendario would have been amazing.
Another cool thing about the Swiss bracket. So Rocket Man is 2-0. In this third round, it's going to try to pair him with someone else who's 2-0. So it's both to go 2-0 is pretty hard, and both players that are 2-0 are going to go against each other next round. So the matches should get harder and harder and harder. So for example, in that Dendario won, Rocket Man won. They were both 1-0. That's why they got paired against each other. So to go 4-0 or 5-0, it's going to be a very, very big uphill battle.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you're basically, how this thing is set up is you're going to get what should be the most entertaining duels as often as possible. So yeah, today during the qualifiers, that's how we're doing it. Tomorrow, blood sport. Blood will be shed. People are going to die. A month of people's lives will feel like they got wasted, and it's going to be wonderful. So yeah, we can't wait to see it.
Dude, we haven't seen a warrior play yet. I can't wait.
I haven't seen a druid play.
There's only 10 warriors, I believe, in the tournament. Druids, I'm not sure, maybe a bit more. And yeah, obviously there's more of some of these other classes, but bro, I can't wait to see Sony like with everything prepped up to see what he has in store. Oh, we got a druid.
All right, priest versus druid. What spec is it? Inspect the druid now. Get on that druid. I got to see what spec he is before he gets in stealth. It changes everything. Give me an inspect on that druid. Get off this priest. I don't care. Come on. Get on the druid. Who is this guy, huh? No!
That's the guy that's about to beat your druid, man. That's the guy that's about to beat your guy, man.
Oh my gosh, that's good.
I think he's opting in for feral. He's going in for a couple bleeds here. He is feral. He's going to try and do some cat form. There's the flash grenade. That's the biggest thing. You have to trinket it. It's a 10-second fear, only used on druids and pets. He's going in. He's just trying to cat form damage this guy. This druid's going to be tanky. There's a blanket silence. I don't think that was a good one. Into the helmet.
That was a mistake.
Broke the helmet. I don't know what the priest is going for here, but he's as confused as I am, it seems. Priest leaving shadow form, trying to get some healing going. The druid's just PvEing. Energy, claw, there's the fear. He has to eat it. There's no breaks for it. He already used trinket on the flash grenade. He's just going to get a lot of distance here. He's got to run all the way back. He's going to get some nice dot damage in with the spells. It's still good. He's managing his mana well. Sit in cat form. It's free damage if you think about it. After you go cat, he doesn't have to shift out. He's shifting out. I don't know what for. He's trying to maybe shift out the flash grenade and bait it out. I mean, it's really a PvE game here. Priest versus druid is pretty stupid. But that priest is and this druid still has innervate, still has a lot of buttons. There's the fear. He has to eat it. This priest should run away and drink and get out of combat. He's not doing that. That's a misplay. Druid's just going to walk back. Travel form? I disagree with that. Death Ray?
Death Ray coming out?
Okay, he's getting some damage in. Not much. This druid is so tanky. You got to force this druid out to spend mana. Everything in cat form is free for him. And this priest is already tapped. Here comes another fear. Druid just has to eat it.
Uber into a first aid, but a little dot tick breaks the first aid, unfortunately. Soda, is the druid pretty heavily advantaged here, or is this just a pretty even one?
Honestly, versus this guy, yeah.
It looks like it's pretty one-sided. Lenaro is owning here. Priest is tapped. Of course, he can turtle for the next mana pot, but until then, I mean, the Priest won't be able to do absolutely anything. Big damage coming out from Lenaro. He shifts out of the root. Not much mana to work with, though, from Secret. Next fear, I mean, you can kind of wait. There's the next fear, but, like, what are you going to do? Wait for the next fear? Like, you've got to reset at some point.
I think the priest could win this in the current rule set. Flash grenades are going to come off, but this priest is doing no damage.
Right.
And so it's very easy for Lefaro to just go cat form in PvE. Here he goes again. It doesn't matter. Just do damage in cat. It's free mana. Doesn't cost him anything. He's got his Moonfire Insect Orb rolling. There's another fear. I mean, the priest needs to run away and drink.
Yeah,
and
I think he's really got to hope for a reset here.
There we go.
Now, something that we're seeing. Go ahead.
Well, eventually Trinket's going to come off cooldown for this druid, and when that happens...
Oh, Salty died. Someone died.
Someone died?
Someone died either dueling or something. Someone's dead. Salty's dead.
Oh my god.
Somebody died dueling.
I don't know.
Production, can we get a clip or something of that to watch after this?
I mean, this duel is going a whole lot of nowhere. This druid's won. He's opting into flash heal at this point. I don't know how I feel about that bear form. Wasted 500 mana. He's shifting out. The druid is now, but he's gonna go ahead and drink whatever that is. That's some tea that everyone seems to have. It's going back in cat. Secrets completely tapped. 0 offensive pressure. Here comes the fear in just a second. He has enough mana for it. Maybe he's spamming it. There it is. But the druid should have trinket soon. Still not using it. I mean, this is where the duel's gonna be. This duel's over. The priest can't recover.
I mean,
maybe he can also
Moonfire him out every time. Yeah.
I mean, he gets a couple of ticks, but I mean, Secrets could pop that same, like, whatever the hell the druid just used, the health and mana.
The more I watch this duel tournament, the more I want to play druid and hunter.
And priest can dispel
BM is looking more and more interesting.
I thought I saw it, but I never saw the buff. But he might have been out of range for the spectator UI to pick it up. Yeah, Secret is hanging in there. I mean, in a super long situation, maybe he builds the mana he needs to finish it off. But I mean, Lenario just never seems scared. He's full life.
Oh, okay, good call.
Massive Ravage. He got him while he was. Oh no, he pounced. Yeah, big shred damage coming in. Secrets has to fear again.
Yeah,
3, 2, 1. Fear again.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yep. It's just gonna be a fear into a reset.
And then I
into a
still
fear
want to
into a
play red
reset,
too.
But Secret's never
that's
gonna be
take
able to go
some work.
aggressive. Is the issue, right? Like
Well, he can't ever really even reset. I mean, he can get like 1 or 2 ticks, but the fairy fire didn't stop him. He should have moonfired.
Well, so shifting out of moonfire costs it costs so much mana. You have to leave cat form to do it.
Yeah, but isn't the cost like worth the mana stopping him from getting mana? Oh, he did mana pot right there. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, there's a mana pot. He's gonna have his fear back pretty soon. He's got to get some damage in. Here comes the fear. Lefaro might have swapped out his trinket and not realizing he needed to just wait the 2 minutes. It's the best play.
You know what's gonna happen? One of these fears is gonna resist, and that Secret's just gonna die. Like, so this fear didn't resist. He trinkets. So now, if the next fear, if the next fear resists, Secret won't be able to live. Like, it's just waiting for some RNG, and then
or he dies here because he just had trinket.
Yep, or that. Yeah. He lives till the next fear. Yeah.
No, he's dead, unless he's got some consumables.
Damage? Question mark? Damage? Hello?
I don't know why this.
Is he like not attacking?
You're kidding me.
Oh my gosh! Another fear. He just hung on long enough. Now he's got first aid, drink up.
He's travel forming. He might have just gotten feared out of the duel area, to be honest. It almost just happened. Linfaro, good on mana. There's a shadow protection potion coming from him. Oh, magic dust to put him to sleep. We love that. Secrets, get some drinks off. Get some mana and health back. It looks so one-sided, but Linfaro, if you make the druid play defensive, there's no fear resets. You lose. It's over. So with this advantage here, if he can get some damage in, okay, the druid's opting in to also drink. They're both just going to eat and drink. Neither one wants to stop.
I'm gonna go to the restroom. Soda.
Yeah, I've got this. Okay, we're leaving this duel because it's boring. We're gonna go to a different one. Oh, we got Bean.
Okay, I can't go to the restroom on this one. I'll go after this. I'll go after this. Oh my gosh.
Bean snuts.
And then we still want to get that clip of salty if we can after this.
Yeah, we'll get it when we get it. So Bean coming in. It looks like he did farm his medicine pouch. I know he hit 60 pretty late. He's got a lot of stamina gear, shadow resistance. He's really prepared for a warlock duel, which I love to see. Axe of Renji enchanted because he needs to wear that offhand. Very important for the healing. Shadow reflector and immunity to fear. He leveled his blacksmithing. 30 seconds.
That's so big. Yeah.
Mirrored Signet, 16 stam ring. He is pretty geared. Bean is ready for this. And obviously both of them are going to play very well.
This could be a grand finals game or like a semi-finals game. Like, these are some of the two favorites. I thought Snuts was going to win. Espan, you said Bean could win, right? This could literally be like a grand finals match here.
Espan said he wants Bean to win. We know Bean can't win.
I want Bean to win. I do think Hunter's really strong in this tournament. But I mean, Snuts is one of the top players in all of WoW. I mean, he's armed to the teeth. I mean, just look at his gear. He has literally everything. So it's going to be a great duel, though. I do agree with you, Zaryu. I think this is a big matchup that we have coming up.
What's
people were talking this? I'm not too sure. It seems like a lot of them are going PM.
Yeah, I don't know if Bean's gonna do it, but I cut you off. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say a lot of people are talking to Snuts about different matchups. Apparently Hunter is one of the ones he is a bit nervous about. He's like, oh yeah, I can beat that, but he is a bit nervous into Hunter. Looks like Bean is gonna start off with some CC onto Snuts with the gnomish goblin helmet here and get distance onto Snuts. I wonder if Bean's gonna opt in for a mana drain strategy or kind of just go toe to toe with the damage. Wow, looks like Bean's pet is already dangerously low here from Snuts. It's like half HP from one curse. Looks like Snuts going for a pet kill before killing Bean, going for the long game here. Viper Sting coming out. Tidal Charm being used from Snuts. And the pet from Bean is almost dead already. Drained life coming out. Pet is dead. Now Snuts has that Viper Sting. Let's see if he has elixirs to get that off. Bean on the back foot with those wing clips. Scatter Feign Death into the trap. Might be eaten by the pet, but no, almost. That would have been awesome. Pet in hot pursuit here for Bean. Bean taking a lot of pressure. Down to 30% mana. I would say Snuts is in the lead so far. Bean's
there's another Viper. He's gonna get a free tick because you can't cleanse it while you're frozen, but he cleanses it right before it gets another tick. Again, Bean's just trying to keep that distance. He's trying to line up a grenade here. Snuts is trying to dodge it. Let's see if he gets it. He does dodge it.
Health funnel on the pet. Very smart.
Now the pet's out of range.
And this is not a Makara duel, it's a normal duel, so the range is a bit shorter. He's drain lifing the, or Viper Stinging the pet's mana. Interesting, so Bean is going for the Viper Sting strat, but he's losing the mana battle. Snuts has such a mana advantage that I don't know if it's gonna work for Bean. Bean using the medicine pouch, gonna heal him up slowly but surely. Snuts playing the long game. Instantly uses the elixir on the Viper Sting. Really well played from Snuts. Health funnel coming out. Bean, oh, I don't know how you're gonna win this one, buddy. First aid coming out from Snuts. The pet is in hot pursuit. Looks like Bean's gonna try to go for a full reset, maybe resummon the pet, but he's at the edge of the duel arena already. I think Snuts might still have that death coil. Snuts has so much in his back pocket. I don't know how Beans is gonna do this. There's 2 dots coming out. Snuts is patient. He's a veteran. He knows not to push in over aggressive. He doesn't need to. The dots are ticking him down. He knows the only way to lose this is getting over aggressive and pushing in. Just dotting him and letting the dots do the work is all Snuts needs to do here.
Bean wants to get rid of this pet. He wants to feign trap this Warlock, Snuts, so he can just eat and drink over and over. But Snuts knows this. He knows how important it is to keep that pet alive. And even if Bean does manage to kill it, Snuts will resummon it before he can get the scatter trap off. And so, in this situation, I don't know what Bean can do. That is his win condition, but Snuts won't let it happen.
Snuts still has the sacrifice pet if he needs a Feldom, sacrifice another pet. Snuts has so many consumables. Being on the back foot, 20% life. I don't see how it's going to happen. Snuts is just such a mastermind when it comes to PvP, when it comes to dueling. Being just kiting it out, doing what he can. But I think the Agony and the Immolate will eventually take him out. One more tick, Viper Sting through. Snuts, insta elixir of poison resist on the Viper Sting and takes out Bean. One of the biggest games we've seen yet today.
Damn. I mean, what does Bean do? Oh, we got the death clip of, who was it again? Salty.
Okay. What happened, Salty? What happened?
Okay.
Is it a sapper?
With Vitochi. Okay, let's watch this.
Let's see what happened.
Yeah.
Must have been
my man is
So
0 HP.
Goblin rocket boots. Did it backfire?
What did he do to take damage? Absorb invalid target.
Oh, he has the debuff. It's gonna take. The boots are gonna take it off. Take it off.
Oh! Dude, you're literally like, it's like you're sitting there and you're watching it, like you're sitting there on train tracks, dude, and the train's about to run over you. Oh no, dude. Oh,
wow.
If he didn't have a, did he have a health potion? Can we go back? I don't even know if you have the wherewithal. Did he have a health potion he could have used or anything?
He could have just taken him off too. There's a million things he could have done. He just didn't expect it.
He wasn't thinking about it. He just wasn't.
That would do it.
Well, that means he's out of the tourney. I mean, that's it. You die, you're dead. I'm gonna run to the restroom. I'll be back, guys.
All right, we got a Shaman versus Shaman, and it's Grounding Totems, his one-shot. There goes his big one-shot cooldown.
Yo, Rook, where's your squad at?
Stick to the plan.
Check the time.
You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm with the squad forever. When you come to the team loyal to me. Through it all, we stand together. If you fall, better pick him up. Go down, better get back up.
PlayStation. Avengers. There will always be more to finish my work.
This is just the beginning.
She's taking hours from us. If I don't fix this, it will be the end of everything.
I'm asking for one last fight. The Marvels, rated PG-13, in theaters November 10th.
Drive. It's what propels the champions, the comeback kids, the underdogs. It means constantly improving, striving, hungering. It's no excuses, no days off, or no glory. It's drive.
I think.
Is this Sidu?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
I think.
Yes,
I don't know if
Is it?
this This is Sea-Doo. Okay, Sea-Doo's coming in. He's trying to rocket helm to get that distance closed. The Hunter wants to stay away. He is enhancement. We could see some random fat numbers coming in. Let's see if the RNG is on his side. He's purging off a bunch of random buffs, trying to min-max his time and get everything he can out of that CC. But there's the War Stomp. No auto coming from Sea-Doo. There's a poison, but it's going to break the scatter if that poison does damage. I don't know what that poison is. There's the concussive. The free action potion is gone. This Hunter is kiting, he is running, and Sea-Doo has no way to close the distance. No rocket helm, no free action potion, but the slow falls off, the frost shock. Here's the autos coming from the... Oh, he squeezes in the auto attack, doesn't get the proc, sleeps him. His auto is going to come back, get some totems down, really min-max, big grenade.
Like
Here comes the auto, still no procs, he's hoping for him.
He's basically just trying to go all in and hope for big procs. I mean, he's laying down the totems.
There's a scatter, there's the reset. Hunter, once again, get some distance, stay away, don't let him swing. Min-max, get some first aid, full HP. Sea-Doo's at a disadvantage here. He's got no way to close his distance. And he's going to have to waddle.
Bad spot.
There's a concussive shot. He's going to run away. He's not even going to try and walk towards that. By the time he gets there, he'll have scatter trap back. So, Sea-Doo, pretty fucked here.
Yeah, I feel like you're just in such a bad situation. It's almost like you're waiting to lose. He did. Oh, he proc and killed the pet. So now he has to press the shaman before he has to press the hunter before the hunter can get a chance to get his pet back up. Because it is very important, I think, in this matchup for the and really in all the duels for the hunter to have their pet.
Don't think the hunter cares about his pet. I think he goes for damage here. CCs. He's gonna walk up, get a nice fresh trap here. Maybe he'll go for the pet resummon, but he's gonna eat and drink as much as he can. Hunters are so good for this because not only do they CC you, but they instantly drop combat and get so many eats or food and water procs off.
Yeah.
There's the free action potion back. He's got it off cooldown. He's gonna press here. He's gotta win. This is his moment. Casting a couple heals, gives up on the cast. He just wants to close his distance. Concussive shot does a whole lot of nothing. There's the frost shock. There's another scatter. But he gets out. There's the grounding totem. The trap can't happen. He needs damage. Big heal coming from Sea-Doo with a health pot. War Stomp.
Oh,
he ranges it. Free action potion still up to. He needs that auto swing proc. Okay, there. I don't know what happened to the helmet there. Something happened. Grounding totem down.
Yeah,
He's gonna
I think it might have been the steering totem might have hit it.
Okay, we take that. Big swings coming in.
Right now, I mean, he's just on him straight up. I mean, he's got a wing clip. He's trying to get away with the Earthbind, with frost shocks. There it is. There's a frost shock going out. You're going to see the shaman go in, and huge sleep. Huge
Magic
sleep.
dust, closing the distance.
This is going to give him an opportunity if he wants to get some mana back because he's completely out. There we go. He's going to get some mana back here. And
it breaks.
Yep.
Break the grounding. Going to try and feign. Get the trap off. All right. And so, yeah, X4 is going to get that trap off. He's going to get a fat first aid. I mean, Sea-Doo's got him on the ropes at this point, but he doesn't have a free action potion. He doesn't have his helmet. It's going to be tough, but he has removed the hunter, and he's doing decent on health and mana. Okay, he gets the frost shock off. The hunter, he's going to close distance. The hunter, I think, missed concussive shot.
He might get a scatter trap here soon.
He's praying for a wing clip proc. He's not getting it. Oh, any swing could just end this hunter.
It could.
There's a scatter.
Oh, no. I thought it was. I thought that was it.
Frost reflector. He stops the trap from happening. Sea-Doo was tapped. This is it.
He just praying for that big Wind Fury.
He's going to squeeze in some first aid procs. The hunter opting to not stop it. Okay, there's some shots. Closing the distance again. Concussive, another sleeping dust.
Nice sleep.
Yeah, this sleeping dust to close the distance is huge.
So he's just got to try and hope and get as many ticks of water as he can here before it falls off. It's probably going to heartbeat. That's what it's been doing. There it is. And he sleeps him back after about 11 seconds. So, yeah, I mean, Hunter's going to go and he's going to be able to separate here. I do think if he has the opportunity to get his pet back, it probably would have been a good idea because then he wouldn't have, the shaman wouldn't have the opportunity to drink or anything like that. But I don't think he's going to go for that. He's sitting on this trap. Let's see if he runs into it.
The dual timer ran out.
Okay.
Dang, that was a long duel. Sea-Doo getting no procs.
Dude, I got feigned death there. And I thought he hit him with a big Wind Fury, and it was right at the same time.
When I see shit like that, that just makes me not want to play.
He actually got me.
Yeah,
There's no way I missed Sea-Doo playing. What happened?
The hunter fled.
Oh.
Well, I mean, that's the problem. Like, Hunter and Druid, you got to kite as far as you can for obvious reasons, and you got to be careful of that. I think that counts as a loss. That's just how it goes. So Sea-Doo takes the win. from that. I think we have a match. Zico is dueling right now. I'd love to tune in. Zico versus a warrior. It's Lepins. Can we get Zico's screen on? If not, the duel, please, God. We got to see it. For now, Josito.
Josito.
Yeah, we got Josito versus Jacob. Shadow Priest versus Rogue. I'm trying to watch with what I can. First aid. There's the Vanish. He saps. The sap didn't do anything. I guess he's immune, maybe? We didn't see before, so I don't know what the DRs are.
Noteworthy, Jacob is an orc here. I'm not sure why some rogues opting for that orc with fear being so prominent. We have that cheap shot potentially into the kidney. Josito, though, prepared for it. Decided to use the Goblin Rocket Helm to reset. Barov's Peasant Collar Trinket, though, keeping Josito at bay. Josito's getting some nice distance here. Early well played. Jacob, though, sprinting in. Dots taken.
I feel like he used the Barrel Trinket a little bit early. I don't know if I would have used it right there.
Yeah, I agree. A full blind coming out, though. Jacob looking to get that re-stealth. Re-stealth sap in between the dot ticks. Well played. Jacob wanting to eat back up the full. We've seen this matchup go both ways. It seems Rogue favored.
Gesture in the air above him as you approach. Another aura of power comes over him and he smiles.
Yeah, no, I saw Josito squeeze in a Shadow Word Pain there. It was pretty crazy. Let's see. There's the Silence Grenade, the Arcane, whatever the hell. But there goes another Mortar. Josito trying to get some distance here, running away, Mind Flaying. That Rogue is slowed. He's so low. Josito just fishing for some Blackout procs. If he gets it, the duel is over. He's not getting it. Jacob's going to close the distance, but there's the fear. Trinket off cooldown. Mind Flay. He's so low. He needs a potion, he needs something, or he's dead to dots. He bandages, but it ain't enough.
Josito made that look easy. I mean, that was convincing. 100-0, Crollblade with Crusader. I mean, Hosey has pretty much best in luck here as well, but really well played there from Hosey. Kiting it out, not taking damage, waiting for the Rogue's cooldowns to kind of expire. And Sony, finally we get to see.
Here we go.
I'm so excited for this.
Oh, this is verse. Okay, Saren's out here playing Feral. He was asking me if I thought it could work. I don't think it does that well, but it might do better than any other spec, to be honest.
Yeah, let's see it.
So it's a Warlock.
Look at Sony's gear right here. It looks like he's got his flask set out. He's got some what looks like plus healing gear. Is that where are we looking at Sony here? Oh no, Sony. Okay.
You're right.
Sony versus Warlock. Here he goes. He's buffed up.
Gear. He swapped the gear and he was a little low from the stamina swap, but yeah, the healing from the Diamond Flask set will probably more than make up for that. Dots ticking Sony down. Sony's connecting here. Big kick lands onto Mad Nox. There's a potion being used. Sony kills the pet in one slap. So much damage coming out here from Sony. There's a big Mortal Strike coming out. Look at the damage just chunking down the Warlock. To Voidwalker with the Feldom. He can sacrifice it, but what is that going to do? He's got to sacrifice before the execute comes through. Mad Nox, you got to do it. Hellstone into the Mortal Strike, though, so it's not going to be that big of a heal. Sony's all over him. He's immune to fear for the time being as well. There's the intercept. 3-second stun coming out. Mad Nox finally goes for that stop there. Full fear coming out. Arcane Bomb canceled. Well played there from Mad Nox on the reset. He's got to get another pet. Sony 100% life. Absolute beast. Absolute tank of a player here. Going to battle stance to get that charge off.
Mounting up. There it is. There we go.
There's a mount off. Another Voidwalker. So Mad Nox will be able to live for a little bit. But man, Sony's damage just unrelenting. Now they're going pretty max range here.
Epic mount too, to point out. Jesus. There's the helmet, but there's the Berserker Rage.
21%. Dude, he's just sitting over 20% the whole time. There's the execute. He's not dead yet? Is he dead?
Oh, I think he's dead now.
So,
wow,
Warriors might be kind of the dark horse in here. Warriors traditionally in dueling tournaments don't do very well. But traditionally, FAPs are banned and a lot of these items are banned. Sony just crushed that Warlock.
Yeah.
And someone was talking to Snuts about what he's most afraid of, and he said Warrior.
Well, Warriors have a lot of stuff like
Hunter Warrior.
Even outside of this dual tourney, even then they're still scared of Warriors.
Yeah,
Warlocks are scared of that class. Immunity,
because they have a lot of stuff for fear immunity and stuff. So,
yep.
You can go ahead on this duel if you want.
Well, we got Bananas versus Makoto, whatever the fuck. It's his enhancement versus Rogue. The evasion's coming out, but he's already gotten half his HP. Bananas is He's got to try and get some distance. The
that's what I was doing.
Work doing its job. Arcane Bob missing. Rogue wants to just run away and reset here, but he's dotted up. Bananas got him on the run. It's completely tapped.
Yeah, completely 5% mana. Mikado gets that result, but the flame tick is gonna break him out. Frost Shock, really well played there from Banana with his last bit of mana, but Mikado knows that. Just gonna go for another re-stealth, it looks like. Looks like some type of potion used from Mikado. Another Frost Shock coming out for the Kite, but he won't be able to do that forever. Big Emo coming in. Kidney Shot lands, 6-second stun. Trinket to reply here from Banana. Banana going for the Frost Shock. Blind coming out. Mikado probably going to bandage, first aid up, go for that re-stealth, sap, even eat to full. Mikado looks pretty favored here in the situation. Banana can't be too happy about this one. Sap comes out. There's that T we keep seeing, Soda. I don't know what that is, but it looks like it gains some health and some mana.
It seems like it's massive. He squeezed it in before the sap as well, so now the cooldown is ticking down earlier. So he might get it up again during this duel, and that might actually win him the entire fight. Okay, Explosion Totem down. Massive damage. Explosion Totem. Does it blow up? Oh, that's the AoE. Arcane Bomb.
Arcane Bomb. He's again. Man, they're so strong. Arcane Bomb. He's but Mikado's down to 25% life. One big crit from Banana, and it's it. You have 2 minutes ticking, though, like you said, Soda, before that next potion's coming back up. So Mikado's got to finish the job and finish the job fast. Another mana plot comes up, so it shares 2 separate cooldowns. It's a lot of mana to work through from Mikado. Right. And now Mikado's on the back foot here. And he misses, and that's going to be it. Banana takes him out.
Okay, so the item is tea with sugar. I'm having it linked by some people. It restores 1,000 to 1,700 health and mana.
And that's on a different timer than Mana Pot, because he used one back to another. Savix might be in a game as well. For admins, we can get a look at that. But yeah, that's great. Tea with sugar. So it's 1,000 health and mana with a 2-minute cooldown. 3 charges only, and then that's it.
This doesn't even seem like secret tech. Everyone seems to have it. If we can't get the good UI, just bring up their stream. I'm completely okay with just watching anyone's perspective. Okay, so they're gonna try and get us that right now, because seeing these duels. Oh, who's not in the duel? Oh, Savage is in. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of enhancement shamans. Even Sidu opted in for enhancement. I guess.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Yeah.
I'm really shocked by that. Over Ellie. It must have been something with the tech with just okay, I'm tankier. You know, I have more time maybe to just run at someone and be invincible. I mean, it seemed to work out for him. Looks like here we have a Rogue v Rogue. Both players started stealth. Looks like Hate All got that sap opener onto Real Tricks here. I think they're both undead. It's hard to tell from the Noggin Fogger. Full Kidney though coming out. It's a great opener. Ooh, we have the yeah, we have the blind reset coming out, but it's a stun and a blind and a vanish in the dot tick. That was yeah, that's a lot of not great there. We have Hate All definitely in the lead, but you never know what can happen. It's a second vanish from Real Trick. Sappered him out. This is gonna be a fast duel one way or the other. Cheap shot coming out here from from Hate All rather. Real is definitely in the back foot. Full kidney shot lands. Hate All still has that blind. That's Real Trick's second blind, I believe. Bandaged back up. I mean, it's not over yet. That Fairy Fire, though, looks like there's 10 seconds remaining. He's going to prevent the stealth here, I believe, from Real Tricks.
That
Great
is some cool tech.
Absolutely. Looks like Hate All has 2 blinds. Am I mistaken? There's the first. I believe there's a second. If you're Hate All at this point, you must be feeling pretty good. You go for that re-stealth, cheap shot, kidney shot, then you just prep and do another blind. Still have another vanish. A lot of damage is going to come through. I don't know how Real Tricks is going to make it out alive.
I mean, at this point, the cooldowns have been spammed from both sides. It's going to come down to locking him down. He's going to try and chicken something here. He doesn't seem to get anything. He just cost himself HP. Unlucky. Yeah. Big Absorb coming in. They're both low. They're both out of cooldowns. They don't have a whole lot. Kidney did not land. Massive Mortar stunning him. Big damage into Gouge. One big hit at the end. Eviscerate.
Intriguing.
Kidney instead. That works too. He's done.
That's it. I mean, all in all, I think Hate just played it better. Played a better duel. You know, despite the opener, just well played.
Who the hell messed up the opener? Because I saw Tidal Charm overlapped with Blind into Vanish with Garrote breaking their own stealth. 3 massive mess ups in a span of 2 seconds.
It happens. You know, there's a lot of money on the line, a lot of pressure on the line. I remember playing in CDL, man. Like, I've played in tournaments, but in the CDL with that many people watching, it's like a little shaky, you know? So it must have been... Yeah, misplay here or there.
Out here fat fingering everything, not knowing what's going on, confused. I mean, so am I.
Yep.
Yeah, literally just now. Hey, I do want to take a second to shout out our sponsors for today. Huge thank you to Blizzard for even allowing us to put on this tournament. We had to go and get special approval through them to be able to put on the biggest prize pool tournament in WoW history. So this was it's a 100K tournament, 100K prize pool. So huge shout out to Blizzard, and also big shout out to Starforge for being our title sponsor today. And we have a little video of that, actually.
With generational improvements, aesthetic updates, and consistently high build quality, this system is bound to be the envy of both family and friends alike. For yours, check out StarForgeSystems.com, and I'll see you in the Forge.
So again, guys, huge shout out to Starforge. Starforge has new custom PCs. There's a Halloween sale coming, but we also have new custom build PCs where
Scared the fuck out of me.
all
Holy
these different
shit.
builds. I mean, we can get a graphic
Okay.
of that up, and there's also the light
I'm
panels,
getting ready for
the
work
light
soon,
panels
so.
that you can get even if you build your own computer and you don't want to pre-build from Starforge. You can get those light panels, and you can get the different acrylics to put in if you have that same case, and you can install it yourself. So, yeah, check it out, StarForgeSystems.com. And finally, one last shout out to Raider.io. Raider.io has been helping us do the entire back end. I mean, it's the place to go, best platform to organize raids, tournaments, tons of WoW guides, everything you can dream of. Raider.io has been an integral part in us being able to put this thing on. So huge shout out to everybody. And yeah, let's get back to some duels.
Funny enough, like half the people in this tournament are all rocking some Starforge PCs. Stars coming in, it's a rogue versus mage, and it's over.
Ooh.
I just jumping right in.
That's it.
Woo!
Oh,
wow. Man. Yeah, we got no context on that one, but mage coming out on top. Seems like mages are all beating rogues. We haven't seen a lot of rogues getting clobbered here by these mages. Despite all the magic resist and all the absorb pots, these casters are coming, same with warlocks, are coming out on top.
Yeah, the closest rogue v mage though, like Zico versus Savix, that, I mean, bro, that could have gone either way. That was so close, but Zico still came out on top, which was really impressive. Looks like we have a Hunter versus Hunter.
Hunter again. Neither pet's dead, so these guys both opted for
the Hunter we saw earlier with like not very much gear, if I'm right. Is this not very much stamina on his gear? But
I think you're
up right now. So against Lil Bach. He's a rapper. Especially
these guys,
classical rap.
This is a competition right here for 6th place in the Hunter bracket. Seeing which one gets it. It looks like it's going to be Eben or a Bentley.
Bentley. Well played. It's cool to see different players opting for different strats. So sometimes maybe a player disagrees, like, no, this is the best strat in this matchup. Or maybe it's just a lack of preparation and awareness. Like, oh, I didn't even think of that. Like maybe killing the pet versus CCing the pet.
Oh, wait, I don't
like
when
Snuts dueled Bean, it was really awesome to see Snuts like first thing, dotted up and killed Bean's pet. It wasn't even like he like ignored Bean, killed the pet, and it's like, oh, is that what a warlock's actually supposed to be doing here? Having that knowledge and that secret tech is what these duels are all about. Right.
I mean, you're right. And that's the practice. You got to know before the duel starts what the strategy is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not just about knowing it, right? But it's about like physically
doing
having it done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can play it in your head all day, but you actually have to do it. Like a similar thing with like the rogue v mage blocking the blind, or like Soda you mentioned, to not block the blind because he had the FAP up. Like all of these different
timers. Yep.
All of these different things here we're seeing, and like some of these veteran players are just not making mistakes. I can't wait to watch Snuts play again. That first duel looked so convincing. It was great.
It's Snuts. He put on a clinic.
All right.
That was
no. Okay.
Got a priest versus druid.
I want to see this druid spec. If he's feral, I'm gonna fall asleep again. He might be though. Maybe this guy Steven knows what's going on here. Not a lot of. I know Spo's in this tournament. I know Gordon's gonna do pretty well. I don't know a lot.
Some days, I don't have time to slow down. So sipping on coffee just isn't an option. That's when I turn to 5-Hour Energy. It's my 5-second coffee. Discover 5-Hour Energy.
You fucker, man.
Stick to the plan. Trust no one. Leave no loose ends. This is what it takes if you want to succeed.
This is a rare phenomenon, the double McDonald's sauce drop.
I came here to find love.
but instead, I found a best friend, Senor Snuffles. You stole my sock, and now you've stolen my heart. Will you accept this milk bone as a symbol of my love?
Oh, dog.
Steven can top himself back up. That's the nature swiftness. Bear form charge to get in the range. That's the route. It's going to be helpful. But Steven on the back foot, very low. Steven,
did he purge an S? Did he purge an S there? I don't know if he got the NS heal off. I don't know. But
I believe he got it.
Okay, well, he could go for a mana burn here. He got him feared outside of cat form. Oh, there's a black. It's
blackout.
Over. That's insane.
Priest of Zoom, though. Priest of Zoom. Priest of Zoom. There's a mana pot, though, for XN. He's back to 30% mana to Steven's 37% all. This is pretty even from where I'm sitting. Although, no, I think the Priest might just finish him off. There's the War Stomp into the regrowth. Steven has some mana to work with, but the nice pseudo interrupt there from XN with the Goblin Rocket Hell Mind Blast to finish. And Steven falls. Wow, that was nice.
It looked so good from Steven's end. He was full mana. Like, he NS. That NS did a whole lot of nothing. I actually thought it got purged and he just health potted instead because it did nothing. But these guys with all these buffs have such insane health pools that that's what happens.
So, Chance, I wanted to ask you, what build would you, if you were in this tournament, what type of druid? Because there's so many different builds for druid. What spec would you go? You think? Because there's deep feral, there's feral with is it wild heart, the resto hybrid where you get insect swarm. You could also go like.
You can go feral. You don't go deep feral, ever. You would go heart of the wild feral, and you would have every build has to have NS. There's no good druid build without NS. Simple as that. I might just do the old faithful and go with the good old Moonfire spam build. I might not even touch feral, but I think feral.
The tri-spec.
I want to see a feral druid versus a rogue. That's where you can see the feral build really pay off.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No, I'd just go good old faithful caster build. It's much harder to play though than feral. Feral's very easy. Sit and bear, NS when you're low, call it a day. I don't know. I'm not gonna do that much thinking. I'm not in the tournament. I thought about it at the beginning, and then no, too overwhelming for me to even try.
That is one of the coolest things about Classic. We get builds from players that maybe you've never seen before, or just very unique builds. Like in newer and more modern versions of WoW, you can either play Frost or Fire or Arcane if you're a mage. But in Classic, you see these hybrid builds come out with like Elementalist Mage or Deep Frost or Frost Arcane. And like you're mentioning, Soda, with the full Feral or more like this hybrid spec where you put points everywhere. And it's really cool to see that coming out. The competitors, just to note, did have to submit their talents for today's qualifier tournament last night. So once you submitted your talents, that's it. You can't change them between each duel, so you kind of have to go with an overarching spec that's going to work for a lot of these duels. And here we have the Shadow Priest versus Hunter matchup in Big Traps, off to a great start.
Okay, this Hunter got so much damage in there. He got a concussive shot proc into a double aim shot. So much damage going on to this Priest before the Priest got to play the game. And even though he used all his CC, Viper Sting out, I don't see any poison cleanses. He is just eating it. Barov used, he's eating the whole thing. That Viper's gonna break the scatter. A little bit of a misplay by the Hunter, but who cares? He's just doing damage. Priest has him dotted up. Did he just try and sleep dust?
I think he did.
It seemed like a misplay.
He sleep dusted something. It did nothing.
I can't focus.
Shadow Reflector on. The Priest can't do anything yet.